11 minutes. 11 minutes. Hello, I'm Dr. Fauci. I'm Dr. Anthony Fauci. And I hope that you're subscribing to the Electron Bandit YouTube channel. It's really great. Subscribe and like in that order. Thanks a lot. Tony Fauci out. Seven minutes. Yeah. What's poppin', everybody? Hello, I'm Dr. Anthony Fauci, and I would like to tell you something. Yo, I be rapping 'cause I'm not whack. I run a marathon every time I'm on the track. You can't see me. I'm darker than black and I'm whiter than racks. I don't really rhyme that much, as you can tell. I'm too much in the I'm there making medicines and stuff. That's my job. I'm Anthony Fauci. Out.
Hey, who keeps letting Anthony Fauci in here? Who keeps letting Tony in here? Huh? You know, I mean, come on. Enough is enough already. Alright, everybody. Alright, let's not break stuff. So, this is one of those tracks that just, it's just like one of them smooth one. You know what? I've been listening to Dana Carvey too much. He does the rednecky, well, I forget what he calls it. He goes, come and get some. It's so funny. I like Dana Carvey. He makes me laugh. It's like smile stuff. You know? Sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need that, and you need water first, and food. Sustenance. You do need some sunlight, unless, of course, you're allergic to sunlight. Then you don't need it. But you do need vitamin D, because immune resistance and strength and stuff. Immune system strength. That's what I meant to say. It's important. Your immune health is important. You know what I mean? Yo. When I blow, when I flow, when I go, I just gotta make sure that I am the pro. So I do everything that I know, and when it spills out of my noggin, I'm like, yo, can we get a mob clean up on aisle 2? Cause I'm about to go through you and you and you until I reach the top, and I won't stop and I won't pop or lock. Nah, cause all the doors are open for me. Cause I'ma just keep going until infinity. It doesn't matter how I say it, but how I spread, and you will see that I am the one, the master of my plan. And when I see it, when it's done, you will see it, and then you'll be like, damn, he's the man. Who's the man with the master plan? Me, SG, me from Northeast. I don't really care, I like put in the yeast, make the dough rise so I could be like, yeesh. I like the money, so only because I got bills to pay. If I didn't have bills, then I wouldn't care about a dime or a nickel or a penny or a dollar bill. I wouldn't really care about a windowsill. I'll be living out in the trees. I'll be chilling. I'll be like, this is easy. Maybe I could just be like Reezy. I don't know what Reezy is. Hi, everyone. My mixer's really far away. That's why I have to stretch. I do need to reorganize. Hi, everyone. This is the part of the show I turn off the music. This is the Electron Bandit show. I haven't named it yet. It used to be the R9 Cast. This is the show formerly known as the R9 Cast. Now it is Electron Bandit Strikes Again. I don't know. Whatever. I'm going to change the title of the show every week, but it will have the words Electron Bandit. But everything else is whatever. I do have to change this video though, because it's been there for like 1,000 years. I'm gonna add to it. I think I'm gonna put that one, and then I'm gonna put what happened at E3 this year, which was crazy, and then not all of it, but the good stuff, and then what else am I finna do? What else I'm finna do? I don't know what I'm finna do. I wanna see what I'm finna do. Is that considered uncouth? Is that the word? To have that make fun of the people who talk like that? I don't know. I don't think they listen. But does that make it right? Who knows? If you wanna be part of the show, where do you go? It's a good question. It's a couple places. Don't go to Facebook because they tripping. They smoking crack. Hey, Facebook. Hey, Zucker. You mother Zucker. Hey, Zuckerboy. Hey, there goes Zuckerboy again. Hey, he's not gonna be nothing when he grows up. He's a little chump. He's a chump. Forget that dude. Now he's like ruling the world. King Zuckerberg. Zuckers. He should make a candy, Zuckers. There's a Zuckers, right? That sounds, I know, Schmuckers. But that's Schmuck. You're such a Smuckers, but I say Schmuckers because I'm dummy. That's, anyway. As the title suggests, first, if you want to see what's up, be in the chat. You can go to twitch.tv/Electron Bandit. And, I'm there. Also, my YouTube, Electron Bandit on YouTube. That's the channel name. And, bam. You could be in the chat and I'll read chat. I read the chats and I will conversate with you. With you. CHUW? Or just CHU? Or CHEW? Depending on where you live in the world. I'm hot and cool at the same time. Does that make sense? I'm sweating, but I'm cool. Anyway, I'm all messed up right now because I was like resting all day because I had a sneezy attack last night. Usually when I have my sneezy attacks, my boy called it a summer cold. I'm like, okay, whatever. I guess. But what happens with me is I'm mildly allergenic with the sneezies, nostril allergies. Not like skin or anything, although my skin is sensitive to dirt. I don't know about dirt, but just some stuff. Like if I get when I was a kid, I got stung by a wasp. I forgot where it was. I think it was in my thigh. It was on my thigh, actually. Yes, because I was riding my big wheel and I rolled off the big wheel into the grass. And I was like, like a kid, like, oh man, I'm a stunt boy. And I rolled onto a wasp, and the wasp was like, oh really? Yeah. And I was like, ow, and it hurt. Freaking wild. It was a big old wasp. This was in New York, so they don't play up there. And I was like, ow, and nothing happened. It just hurt for a little bit, and it was a little splinter, little wasp splinter, and it didn't swell up or nothing. No reaction. Then as you grow older, you get allergic to stuff. Your body changes, chemistry changes, your mind changes the things of the things, and then your body's like, nah, we're gonna change it. This is how you're going to react to this. And so the next time I got stung by a wasp, nothing happened. But that was when I was a older guy. But now that I'm an older guy, got stung by a wasp once in my arm here. I took a picture of it a long time ago. And my arm blew up like whoosh. I was like, that never happened before. What's going on now? And yeah. So, and I like when I was a kid, I didn't get the super sneezes like I do now. And I was growing up in New York, so I would take my showers in the morning, and this is wintertime, right? Take my showers in the morning, go outside, wet hair, moist hair, because I got the afro, so it's hard to dry. And yeah, be having frozen sickles on the afro, going to school. And I wouldn't wear a real coat. I'd be wearing my little windbreaker in wintertime. I was dumb. I was a dumb kid, but you used to it when you're up there. If it's not like blizzardy, if it's snow on the ground but it ain't cold, that's the best time. You're like, all right, this is nice. It's like clear. There's snow on the ground, but it's not cold. It's not dirty snow. It's just like, it's like snow that's been there for a while. All the street snow is gone, but there's some grass snow, some side snow. You know what I'm saying? And so it's got so cold it go crunchy, be like crunchy snow. But before it becomes a sheet of death ice, I slipped on that one time going down the hill, black ice on the sidewalk. I was like, do, ziblip. Bah! Head hit the. I think it was slate. They didn't have concrete. I think it was a slate sidewalk. I think it was in front of the church that was near my house that we went to for like a quick minute. I don't know why we didn't go to that church, and it was like real close. And I remember one time one kid brought a baby snake into church. Well, he brought it to. He didn't. I don't think he brought it in church. But he brought it to church because we were outside. He's like, yo, check out what I got. He opened this little tin, this tin. He opened there's a little baby snake in it. I was like, oh, that's so cute. It must have been just born like yesterday. It was so small. I think it was a boa or python. It was tiny. I was like, damn, it's a small snake. But that was cool. I mean, that's my recollection, which is bad. Anyway, sneeze. So, my sneezes are gone. This sneezy attacks is gone. So, I had it yesterday. Yesterday evening. So, I was sneezing all night up until the early morning until I took the allergy pill that knocks me the F out. I was like, I love it. It's like, yo, if I was a druggie, I would just take this. Because it makes you like, yo. Then it makes you sleepy. Take a little nippy nap. You be like, I just curl up like, it's like nap medicine. It's like, you need to take a nap, take this. That don't get you drunk or nothing. You just be like, okay, I'm not sneezing anymore. That's good. And I'm out. So good. So good. I think I'm still feeling it today, but, or maybe it's just, I'm better. I can breathe through both nostrils. It's good. It's good. But yeah. That's what's up. So I've been resting all day, watching like YouTube and stuff. It's like when you so tired and lazy that you can't even play games. That's what's up. That's what it was today. And yesterday I started the Pirates of the Caribbean, the Pirates Legend, a pirate's life. And I did the first tall tale of the Pirate's Life. I think there's 5 or 6 of them. And did the first one where spoilers, you find the head of some captain. I can't remember who it was. Doesn't matter. And you eventually get to the ferryman who ferries the ship of the damned or whatever it is. When you die in Sea of Thieves, you go to the ship of the damned, and then you get respawned. You go to his ship. This is kind of cool how they did this. And I mean, you go to that place, and then you go to his ship, and then in the brig of his ship is Captain Jack Sparrow. I was like, oh, I see what they did. All right. They actually figured out a way to interweaving wovens Captain Jack into Sea of Thieves. Actually, not like, yes, you go through a portal, but the portal is to go to the underworld, if you will, where the place where you die. When you die, that's where you go. And I was like, okay, this is still in the Sea of Thieves world. And, yeah, okay. Excuse me. And the guy who does Johnny Depp, the Captain Jack Sparrow, is not bad. He's a close approximation. Close enough to sometimes wonder if it really isn't. If it's like, is that really? No, that's not the him. But it's close. It's a real close. It's a really close. But yeah, it's good. I was like, oh, it's like the ride, but it's not like the ride. They actually use audio from the ride. They went to Disney and they're like, yo, hook us up. And Disney's like, here's all the files, Mike. I don't know why Disney sounded like it should be the other way around, where Rare's like, yeah, we need the files, right? And then Disney's like, here you go, sir. Anyway, and they use the same microphones that they recorded in the 60s for the ride for like some additional audio. So they had the Johnny Depp does the voice. No, he doesn't do the voice. I forgot who did. I think the guy who did the Disney Infinity voice does the voice. But it is a sound alike, but he's pretty close. Like if you weren't paying attention, you'd be like that's it's close enough to be good enough to be close. It's good enough. And then the we haven't seen the Black Pearl yet, but the what is Davy Jones's ship called? The Long John Silver. Long John Silver was that the, I forgot what his ship was, but they showed it in one of the movies. It's the big ship that eats the other ship. It was in there. I was fighting that ship, and then Captain Jack was up at the what's the stern, the bow. He's at the bow. Is the bow the front? I don't know. He's at the front of the ship fighting a big crab monster, and I'm over here fighting other monsters and stuff and shooting the ship. And it's just me because I'm like, I'm going to do this dolo solo. And I was like, ah, and then they come up behind me. I'm like, and I'm eating bananas. I'm like, and then finally, boom, I pass it. And then Johnny Depp gets knocked overboard. Of course he does because he's drunk all the time. And the ferryman was like, yo, why did you free Captain Jack? He did something real bad. And now the Sea of Thieves is in danger because whatchamacallit, Long John Silver, not Long John Silver. Wow, I'm forgetting the freaking the people in the damn thing. Hold on, let me check it. Let me check it real quick. Let me spot check my stuff, yo. So it is Pirates Life. See, Jesus of Thieves. Spelled it wrong, but I don't care. Do they have a kind of synopsis? Synopsis. Synopsis. Flying Dutchman. Thank you. Okay, Davy Jones is the Cthulhu face, and then the Flying Dutchman is the ship, and it's the one with the rah in the front. So there you go. I figured it out. I didn't figure it out. I looked it up, but it's pretty dope. Let me see if they got images here. Cause just put that up there. Then you can look at that. You can look at that. But yeah, so that's not the Flying Dutchman. Where's the Flying Dutchman? Oh, I gotta put it in there. Flying Dutchman. I think that's how you spell it. There it is. The mouth on it. It's the ship with the mouth on it. Get down on it. That's not. Is that David Jones? That's not David Jones. Wait a second. Who's the guy with the? That's the guy I'm talking about. That's from the movie, but that's the guy who's captain. I guess it is David Jones. Yeah, David Jones is the captain of the Flying Dutchman. Anyway, so yeah, I had to fight this ship. Of course, it got away. Of course it did. Frickin' just Davy Jones. He's the man. But anyway, he's trying to, I don't know, take over the Sea of Thieves or something. And then, and Jack Sparrow's trying to find the place where pirates can be pirates, which is the Sea of Thieves, right? So it's like Jack Sparrow heard of a place where pirates can be pirates, and so he stole a magic lantern or something. I don't know. Anyway, Davy Jones ends up acquiring said lantern of magicness from, of course, Jack, because he's a clumsy bastard, drunk all the time. Fell off the overboard. The ferryman was like, all right, why did you free him? He did this thing, and he's going to doom the Sea of Thieves, and now I'm going to send you back to the living so you can go and fight the fight, because you just done started this. But you did fight good here, so I'm going to give you a chance to go back, and you try to defeat David Jones and Sea of Thieves and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, great. It's good, man. I was like, I had zero expectations because I was like, the pirates like, okay, Sea of Thieves, you know, the base game, I don't like it because I'm more of a single player. As far as when it comes to this, I'd rather it be like, if I was with a crew, fine, but by myself, solo dolo, it's very hard to play this game because unless you're a freaking maverick or something. But if you got a person on a galleon, if you got a crew on a galleon, right? I don't know how many are actually, I don't know what the limit is, but it's 4 to 6 or 4 to 8 or whatever, 6 to 8 on the galleon. And this is 8 dudes on the galleon coming after you, trying to steal all your pirate treasure, all your booty, right? You can run because your sloop is faster, but you can't barely, you know, unless there was a thing where you could actually, once you dock, it automatically cashes it in for you, then that's a different story. You'd be like, let me do this quick little dock skirt, and you go plit and drop anchor, and then boom, it cashes it in. That's a different story. Then they would have to catch you out in the open seas, or they would be hiding on the islands, like where you're supposed to dock, you know, to offload your treasure. They'd be hiding there to jump you and get your stuff. But yeah. I mean, they usually just attack your ship and sink you. And then, I don't know if I don't think your treasure floats up. I think they have to go down. Actually, I think your ship disappears. Actually, I don't know that because I'm never on the giving end of destroying people's ships. I'm always on the receiving end of dying. And once you die, it's like you die, so you disappear and you don't know if your ship is still in the... I'd have to check that out. Because if they throw you back in the same server, then you should be in the same world, so your ship should still be where they sunk it. I don't know. Megalodon. Ooh, what? What? Megalodon versus the Flying Dutchman? Hold up. Yo, Megalodon ain't no joke. That's one of the better things about Sea of Thieves is that freaking giant shark. I forgot what they called it. I was about to say Lucy for some reason. I don't know why, but it's good. Okay, why did it send me here? I wanted to see a video. Okay, it's probably a YouTube video, but it's not. Oh, here it is. Watch. Dumb. Okay, why is he... What is that? Wait, what is he carrying? Is that like a bazooka or something? What kind of... I have no idea what that is. Is he gonna do the... There's a trick where you can like kind of go across the... Not across the world, but you could do like a... Oh, that's the bullhorn thing. Okay, I was like, why is... That's weird. I don't know. Is this on PC? Yeah, he's on PC. One thing I want to know... one thing I would like about Sea of Thieves, one thing I would like for them to change or add is to increase the FOV from 90 to like, I don't know, 120 maybe? The most. There's a Megalodon. Megalodon is so cool. This is the best. This is still... Sea of Thieves still has the best water in video games. I said it, and I mean it. It's so good. So the skeletons are annoying, but I didn't have to fight any skeletons on my adventures with Jack Sparrow. But I had to... The cool thing about it is that there are different enemy types now. So I was fighting the aqua ladies. I don't know if they were aqua ladies, but they were like kind of seaweed ladies, and then the crab monster guys, and the clam faces, the clam heads. And that was cool, cause I've been so tired of fighting skeletons. It's ridiculous. But yeah. But anyway, I want to see the Flying Dutchman versus the Megalodon. I guess the Flying Dutchman popped up when they were doing something, and then the Megalodon came in. Is that the Megalodon? No, that's the Megalodon. There's the Flying... Wait. No, that's the Flying Dutchman. Look at that Meggy. Is that a little shark? I thought I saw a little shark there too. Them little sharks are whack. Okay, that's not the Flying Dutchman. Those are just skeleton ships. Are they? Did they lie? I think they lied to us. So there are 2 skeleton ships. Is that the Flying Dutchman? I think that is it. It's sinking? I think it's sinking. It looks like it's sinking. I think that is the Flying Dutchman. I'm not sure. No, that's not it. Because the Flying Dutchman doesn't have ladders. I learned that. No, that's not true. I'm thinking of the ferryman ship. The ferryman ship doesn't have ladders because I was yeah, that's not the Flying Dutchman. I love the this part of the sea is where it's all blue and kind of how do you say? It feels like it's the Caribbean, basically. It's like all nice blue waters, and it feels happy, even though there's a giant monster shark about to eat your face, bite your ship in half. Okay, so this was a lie. This video was a whole lie, the whole entire lie. Thank you for lying to us. You suck. Water sucks. It really, really sucks. Okay. This is not the Sea of Thieves-a-thon, although I did play it, and it was all right. This is the show where I will talk about. First, I want to talk about Metroid Dread. Let me pull that up. Excuse me, I burp. Excuse me, I burp. You me a burp. How long is that? 22 seconds. What about this? I guess we could watch the treehouse. Who cares? So here's the thing. Nintendo. First date. I never watch a treehouse. Why? Because I don't care. Here's that. Oh man, she looks uncomfortable. Who's that guy? He's happy to be there. So my initial thought when I saw her, was this looks like a 360 game. I mean, look at the aliasing. I mean, I can see it from here. Let me check the resolution. Make sure we're in HD. Okay, 1080p 60 is their height. Nope, that's the highest. Okay, we're gonna keep it there. So that's the first thing I said. Okay, this looks like a 360 game, and I'm gonna keep it there. Boy, AJ, you really sound rested today, full of energy. No, I'm not. I'm coasting. I'm on cruise control, baby. Another thing is, if you look at this game, right, and then you compare it to its not predecessors, but same games in its same vein. Of course, this was one of the originals, right? Metroidvania is it's what the name is. It's named after the genre, right? But you look at, let's just say, the best example of a game like this, which would be Ori, and the Will of the Wisps. Let's say that the latest version of Ori. Ori looks better than this. Period. There's no debating that. Ori looks better than this. Now, yeah, you got it's 3D and a 2D, 2.5D, however you want to say it. There's some depth there. It's there. Kind of, sort of, because the foreground is 3D, but once you get past that first layer, then it's just 2D parallax, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But my thing is, how does Nintendo continue to get away with making games like this when we got PlayStation 5, we got Xbox Series consoles out there spitting out these fire graphics, You know what I mean? Graphics be fire. And I'm like, I look at Ratchet and Clank, I'm like, that looks good. Even though that's an old ass game. I keep saying it, old ass game. But I can say the graphics look next gen. Gameplay? Nah. Gameplay's not next gen. Let's be real. Gameplay's old gen. Graphics next gen. Gameplay old gen. This is gameplay old gen. Graphics old gen. This is a old ass, brand new old ass game. Look at the map. Even the map is kind of whack. Look how big. Okay, I understand why everything's so big is because it's on a Switch and it's a small screen. So I take that back. But how does Nintendo continue to get away with being so not subpar, or subpar? And that's not even like a diss. That's just like the standard is this. Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5. Anything less than that, and PC of course. Anything less than that is sub. Well, I mean, honestly, par is more of an average, or par is the minimum to win. So Bridget says, could it be that folks like the older feel nostalgia? No, that's not what is the problem. The problem is that the Switch can't handle anything more powerful than. I mean, look at this. Right? If this game was like, I don't even have to say 4K. I'm gonna say 1440p upscaled, right? You would see no aliasing. So you take away all the aliasing, get better textures, and the lighting is horrible, by the way. If it was ray traced, this game would look bananas. But look at the background. Look how plain the background is. Like, they put no textures. It's just like, yeah, colors. That's straight up 360 textures, 360 graphics, 360 resolution. I'm like, yo. And them Nintendo heads, them Tendon'ts. I don't know what to call them. What is the vernacular? What is the diss? What is the bad word that we call Nintendo people? Nintendo head? Nah, that was Nintendo. Sega does what Nintendo don't, right? So let's say Nintendon'ts. All the Nintendon'ts out there. That don't sound right. I'll figure something out. All the Nintendo dos, the dodos. All the dodos out there. The Endodo. I'm still working it. Look at the shadows. They all crunchy and flackery. You can see all the polygons in her model. I mean, this is the best she's ever looked. But honestly, if she was like next gen though, if Metroid was on Series X or PlayStation 5, yo, this game would look bananas. Nintendopes. What's up, Kaijudo? Thank you for showing up. Appreciate it. Nintendopes. That's pretty good. Nintendopes. Although I would prefer a shorter type of thing that's more catchy. Although that's pretty spot on as far as syllables. But yeah, I'm looking at this game. Even like when she was running on the dirt and like she slid under the little thing on the dirt. Like no dirt particles. No nothing. I'm like, yo, is that dirt or what? Was she running? How's that no like dust or nothing coming up? I'm like, it's like simple little details that add to the look at that. Okay, let's freeze. Let's hold up. Go back a little bit. I mean, you could look at this. I mean, like, look at the texture. The texture's all out of focus, all garbagey. I mean, there's some normal mapping in there. I give them that. At least they put normal maps on it. But come on, son. Look at. I mean, come on. It's like hard edges. You could actually see the geometry. It's like one here. There's a little bevel here, and then this is kind of smooth there. So maybe they did a little smoothing or something. I don't know. The head is like the highest polygon part of this damn model. Everything else is like shing, 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 shing. Look at it, shing, 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 shing. It's like mad hard. Look at all this. What's going on here? I don't understand. Look, man. I'm being very critical. Only because Nintendo doesn't have a place in my heart. Although Super Mario 2, which was Doki Doki Panic back in Japan, that was my jam. I like the music real good. Even though it wasn't an actual Mario game, I still say it is. They did it in. That's what they put out here. So I give them props for that. But you know, and even these little worm things are kind of whack. And the thing about the effects, right? They're cool, but they last 2 seconds. Not even 2 seconds. Even that little sprinky sparkle, you can barely see it. I'm like, why are they so cheap with the effects? And my idea, the only conclusion I could come with is that it would slow everything down. They're trying to keep this at 60 frames. See, right there. No dust. No dust, no nothing. Watch the no dust part. Boom. Look, she landed, no dust. Slide, no dust. I'm like, yo, this is a cave, right? Last time I checked, caves had dust. Dirt. Pulverized dirt is dust. At least a little bit of gravels. I don't even have the sound on, so I don't know what is. Oh, the water look all right, though. I give them the what, but it's a little too clear. Look at that. See, just come on, son. Water, by its nature, even crystal clear water. Although this is a cross section, I get it. So whatever, she's close to the camera and stuff. But crystal clear water still has some. There's a fall off as far as the translucency, right? So, and that's just the nature of, atoms and molecules. You get a bunch of molecules in front of you that aren't exactly air, pure air. Even air, even pure air on a clear day, if you look miles and miles, there will be some, fog, some fall off. So, but this is too clear. I mean, it's a different color. Yeah, they put a little blue in it, but come on, son. The green is still the good. Come on, son. I gotta complain. But the little bubbles, that's dope. That's a dope little. But like, you see how when she shoots the wall and stuff, and it's just like it's a barely a nothing. There's a little bit. Oh, there you go. Okay. And here's the thing, right? The one thing that made like Ratchet and Clank super dope fly, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, were the particle effects. All the extra they put in there, right? The basic game is nothing super special from the last Ratchet and Clank that came out 2017 or something. I mean, yes, they have more intricate set pieces and stuff, and that's cool. But fundamentally, no, there's nothing, And so, in order to heighten or jazz up the visuals, they did a whole bunch of particle effect stuff. They did a whole bunch of other things. Populate the scene with a lot of moving parts. This is barren. Barely anything happening. Barely anything moving. Barely a sparkle. Barely a dripple. The one little dripple. Like, how am I supposed to get it? She got up there. She's there. Boop. Oh, cutscene. That's cool. A little bit of frame droppage, but that's okay. Look at all the aliasing right there, man. I mean, I know this is on a small screen. I had almond. Yum. Crystal Clear Water sounds like a name of a country singer. That's true. It's probably a record label somewhere. Thank you, Crystal Clear Water Records, for having darn. That's all I got. But yeah, even if they had a little bit like a little spark or dust or something coming off when she jumps on certain materials, and that'd be cool, And that's like that little fog stuff that's coming. That's pretty cool, but it's too sparse. They didn't give enough. Okay, that depth of field is out of his mind. What was that? There's another one of those killer robots. So I guess that's the thing about this game. There's a killer robot following you all the way around. You gotta kill it. Well, she killed another one before, right? But look. Okay. It's like I said before. Here's a telltale tale that your model needs more geometry. When you have circular modeling aspects or whatever. Now this is a big one, so you see it more. But when you have something that is spherical or cylindrical or circular or whatever, always look at that. And if that is smooth, it's like you can't see the geometry, then you got a high poly count on your model. That's high budget right there. That means that you got a powerful system to push them graphics. That's what that means. You can literally see, I can count how many sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It gets hard over here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It looks like 12. you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, it's about 12. It's about 12. Not vertexes. There's 12 lines on here. So I mean, if actually, yeah, and that's a texture. This is a texture here too. That's not modeling. That's all texture. So this is like probably a solid piece that's just extruded in. Because this right here is supposed to be a groove, but you could tell it's a texture because there's no geometry on that. I mean, they could have put a little indentation geometry on there, or that's really bad bump map. I don't know what that is. That just doesn't look good. I mean, of course, it's a still frame. And look at the shadows. They're all jaggedy and garbagey. Come on, son. I know the Nintendo Switch isn't a powerhouse, but this is a new game that's coming. It's not even out yet. It's coming out. How does Nintendo get away with putting out this hot garbage? This is what I wanted to see, was this cone shape right here. Now, they kind of get away with it a little bit, but when you look at the edge, you can see, boom, there's one. There's another one. Right here, it gets a little smoother, but it comes back, boom, 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 boom. This is really not, I mean, the design itself, there's nothing wrong with the design, but the implementation, you can look at certain parts of the model. And really, honestly, a lot of it is lighting. Excuse me. A lot of it is lighting, which is bad. They kind of overlit this model in a way, because there's lighting here, lighting. It's like it's nonsensical as far as how the lighting goes, where it's bouncing. There's like, where's the shadow? Okay, there's shadow here, but there's lights here and here. There's like key lights on her on both sides. It's weird. It's the same problem that Horizon Forbidden West has. They put key lighting on her wherever she goes, and it overrides the environmental lighting. So when she's in a shadowy place, there's still that lighting there. I mean, they may tune it down a little bit, but it's still there, and it's like this. It's just. But I understand this. They do it for a lot of games because a lot of games don't utilize ray tracing. So, you know, if this had ray tracing, this would look amazing, even in its low poly state. I want to know how many polygons are in this model. Because look at this right here. Boom. That's one polygon right there. Boom, boom. Look at that. This shoulder part, this one part here, that's okay, but that's not model. That's a texture, because the texture is actually wrong. Because look at that, the angle. This should be this way, and you should see this face here, and this should be more flat. So this model is, this face, either something's wrong with the normal on that, or I don't know what happened with that. But even here, it's wrong too. I'm like, it's just weird looking. Let me see. Try to go frame for frame here. Yeah, I mean, the more that I look at it, I'm seeing, look at the, what is this? That's the, like, it's supposed to be cables or something. They didn't even bother to model any type of anything on it. It's just smooth. Man, this model is really bad. I mean, this model is so bad, I could make this model. That's how bad that model is, because like, I'm not good at modeling, but I can make this. Yeah, I mean, you know, you could see all the. I mean, further away doesn't look as bad, right? And you can see, like, this part. This is the part I was talking about, except it's on the other side of our shoulder, where it's supposed to be kind of an indentation that's equal. But when she was at a certain angle, it broke the normal map on it, so it didn't, because they didn't put geometry on there. That's just a texture with a normal map. If they would have just bothered to add an extra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 20, 46, 80 polygons on this model, then that little bit would have been excellent, because it would have looked way better than it does. There's no beveling on this model at all, because that's extra geometry, of course. So, I mean, it's a lot of, actually, this model right here looks way better than Samus, I ain't gonna lie. Although the texture is as low res as hell. And once again, right? Robot hits the wall, hits his head because it can't fit in the hole, right? Go back. And you see, she slides, no effects, okay? Now this robot's coming. I'm coming for you. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. Pressing the wrong button. Ah, I went too far. Try it again. No effects. I went too far. So, but look, that's the effect. That's the effect. Look at that. Like a barely a sprinkle sparkle. I get more sparkles of them cheap sparklers at the 4th of July. Like I like that, and it's more special effects than this little thing. Look at it. That's all you get. That's all. Come on, this is a cut scene. This is not even gameplay. This cut scene. Maybe it's in game, but come on, you could have put extra sprinkle sparkles on that. Give us a little bit more. Ooh, you know what I mean? And everything's so brightly lit. It's so bright. It's like you can barely see him anyway. I mean, I give them props. They put some bloom on it, but if the lighting was more dynamic, right, a little bit darker, and then you can see the sparkles better, and that would add an. Oh man, I don't know, man. Either this is super early and it's not done, which is possible, or look, I'm already done. I went like not even like a second. I didn't even go a second past the little sprinkle sparkies. It's like 3 frames of effects. I'm spitting. Okay, not 3 frames. Let's count them. Let's count them. Why don't we? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh shoot! I just noticed something. They're animating on 2s. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 frames. Technically 14. 7 frames of special effect anime. Come on, and it's only one. Bridget says, "SJ, I'm out of my wheelhouse, but just wondering if this game is in fact improved from prior games. Maybe they do not want to evolve from 0 to 60, so to speak." Nah, I think they don't need to work as hard, because the expectation of Nintendo is good games. We don't have to work as hard, or something. I don't know. It's just like you see how the Metroid was waiting for the monster, right? Look, you're just waiting again. Come on, son. If you're playing, you wouldn't be waiting. You'd be like, I'm out. But I mean, the concept of like the cougar robot following you around or hunting you, that's dope. But yeah, man, it's super drab. What's the animals in the back? Oh, they're moving. I give him props. They're moving. He's moving a little bit. He's shaking his booty. That's all he does is shake his booty. Oh, I saw his tongue come out. At least this scene has more stuff going on. No splashy water splashes. Them rocks look a little waxy. They had to shine the rocks first. Like, oh, we got to shine the rocks. The show's coming up. So they took out their buffers. I was like, okay, guys, you guys went a little bit overboard on the shiny rocks, but we'll let you go. Oh, what is it? Invisible now? Okay, I got you. That's pretty. I don't understand these slug monsters, the little sluggy guys. They're like, and once again I go back to Ori and the Blind, or Ori and the Will of the Wisps has way better graphics and effects because they put so much into it. All the little details, even the animation, I would say is better. Definitely better. But this is, this animation is based off of the original game, so I'll give them that. But that's a good little ceiling creature. Gonna grab you in the head and suck your brains out or something. I like the animation on that one. But you hit it, it disappears so quick. It's like if they would have put some extra effects on it, a couple of seconds after that, it would have definitely given it more. Every time like a special effects pop up, I'm like, need more, give me more. But I guess they figure like, oh, the screen is so small that nobody cares. But what if you're playing it on your TV screen? Do they even think about the people who have actually played the Switch on TVs? I guess not. That's not their main audience. They're still on handheld mode, I guess. Huh. Look at down there. Aliasing. Yeah, look at aliasing right there. Alien right there. Alien right there. Aliasing all over the place. It's very gray. Except the doors are colorful. She's kind of colorful. Could have sure. I thought she was more yellow. I didn't think did she get a new suit or something? I don't know I don't know the lineage of Metroid Samus. I don't know her story. Did she get a new suit when she returned or something? Or I don't know. But I like when she grabs on the ledge, though. I like that animation where she grabs and she hangs like for like a quick second, like boop. That's pretty dope. But I hate it in Mortal Kombat. I hate it in here too. That flip, the symmetrically ball like flip. Even though she turns into a ball, I get that. But nobody flips like that. No one flips like that. And I think that's one of the problems with Metroid, in a way, right? It's like when you're making these games, like older games, or you say, "Oh, this is a new version of Metroid or something." Some of the things, yeah, I mean, yes, that's nostalgia, but I would say that the reason why it was that way in the original is because it was easier to animate. You know, it was just a matter of like math. Basically, let's rotate the sprite 4 times, and this is the origin point, and we don't have to worry about, you know, animating 4 times. We just take the same sprite and just rotate it. And that's how they got around that. They did the same thing in Mortal Kombat, the arcade game. I hated it there too because it looked stupid. And it still looks dumb to this day. Because if you watch people flip, especially if you're holding guns and stuff, it don't look like that. Once again, I understand the nostalgia. That's how it was. It feels like Metroid. But honestly, even, you know what? It doesn't even have to be. I mean, it is the kind of symmetrical nature of it, but I think what it is the entering of the flip and the exiting of the flip is too kind of not precise, but like when you watch someone flip in slow motion, it's like there's a gradual. There's one point where they are actually, you know, tucked and rolling, but you know their legs come out at a certain point to slow down the rotation and all that stuff. It's all physics, and it doesn't happen in this, and that's what it's like. Yes, it feels like old Metroid, but I don't like it. Now, see there, that's where the water is like not as clear. That's what I'm talking about. That why wasn't the other water like this water? See? Am I going crazy? Because that water looks a little more foggy to me than that other water. I'm just saying, water. How is she firing plasma goop gops into? How does that work? I don't know. I'll give that a pass. I'm not gonna be like her. See, that looks cool. Look how cool that looks. All right, no. Go back. That looks cool with the dark and the lights, with the head, with the visor and the pieces. Look how cool that looks right there. That looks cool as hell. But all the rest of the game is all bright in color and like, what are you doing? It's bright, but not color. It's bright black and white because a lot of the games like whatever. Bridget says, would it be a shock for the old school gamers to have perfect graphics like Xbox or Sony all at once though? It's not about, in this case, I'm going to forgive the Jaggies. I know the Switch is not a powerful console, so whatever. I'm pointing that out because whatever. Just trying to be a dummy. But it's really about the art design. It's about the color choice. It's about the lack of visual effects as far as explosions and particle effects and all that stuff. Backgrounds are kind of dull. This looks good right here. So if they would have done more, a darker scene, not that it has to be dark, but, you have a full spectrum of light and color to play with. Use it all. It's not HDR. That's fine. You don't have to be. Use all of that. That's all I'm saying. Nintendo has the history and pedigree of making games with graphic design that is second to none. You look at Mario, and yes, it's not 1,000 million, it's not 4K and all that stuff, but it looks good. For whatever resolution it's running, it still looks good. It's like, yeah, they draw real good over there, Nintendo. They got some really good drawers. And the artists are good too. And so I'm like, did they have the weekend off when this game was coming up? Like, okay, who's going to draw on the Metroid? I will. Oh, boy. Okay, Toby. We're going to... I don't know why this dude's name is Toby, but he was the artist. And he was the color guy. He was the cinematographer for Metroid Dread. Is it black and white? Is that why it's black? That's why they call it dread, because it's all black and white. They're like, forget about the colors. Colors. Dread. Let's just call it dread, and we don't have to worry about the colors. Doesn't that make sense? It's like Limbo, except Samus has colors, and the doors have colors, and then maybe some colors, but not a lot of colors. So Limbo, Metroid, Dread, done. And then the boss is over, and Nintendo's like, that's not a bad idea. And they took their stamp, boom, approved. That's how they do it. They have a little stamp and stuff. But yeah, look at that. It looked good up to when then the light comes all. See, there's shadowing. There's differences, but it's just too bright. You know what I'm saying? The darkest part isn't dark enough. The brightest part, fine. But there needs to be more contrast. This is the same problem, by the way, that Halo had last year. They didn't turn the contrast on. They didn't have HDR going or something. It looked flat because the dynamic range was too close. It wasn't far enough away. It wasn't dynamic enough. And they fixed that. They fixed it like crazy because they showed it now. It's like, yo, Halo look all right now. See, when there's bright stuff on the screen and it makes the not so dark stuff look even darker. Woo! I can't do it. Like this stuff over here. It looks better. This is the whole effects budget right there. They're like, yeah, we gotta. We can only do it when she opens up the map. That's all the effects we could do. I just don't. At least the shadows are pretty good. I mean, her shadow on the floor. Although I haven't been paying attention as far as where the light sources are, so I'm not sure how that works within each area. That's probably why they didn't do too much. They probably tried to kind of keep everything samey so they wouldn't have to mess with different light sources and emulating shadows and stuff. Oh, I think I just noticed something. Like as she goes from side to side, her shadow. Well, she has no shadow underwater, but her shadow kind of moves. Like she doesn't have a shadow there. Where's the shadow? Yeah, where's her shadow? Hold up. Is this just me, or did her shadow she ain't got no shadow now? Where's the shadow? She ain't got no shadow? Am I smoking crack? What's going on? Let me know. Because I'm trying to. I know the angle's a little. No, she ain't got no shadow. What the? How did they get away with this? How did they get away? I mean, it's simple things. Like a shadow. The lighting never changes. She has the same lighting on her wherever she goes. Honestly, this is like if this wasn't called Metroid, this would be an indie game by one guy. One guy indie games have been better than this. They should have used Unreal Engine to make this game. It would have looked 1,000 times. Okay, I saw a shadow. But I don't understand why that shadow was there. Okay, she has a shadow now. But you saw what happened, right? Okay. I can't. It's almost over. Okay, so she has a shadow there, right? So this means that there's a light source here, right? Where the statue dude is. So she has a shadow. There's her shadow. You see it? There's Sammy's shadow. Sammy! Let me call you Sammy. Right? Shadows there. She has a shadow. And then she goes into a little bit of shade. A little bit of shadow right there. So no shadow in the shadow. There isn't no I mean, there is shadow in shadow, but not in this case. Oh, see a little dust when she jumps up. They gave her a little dust up. That's pretty good. But that's the only place. When there's nothing else on the screen, you get shadows and dusties. But any other time, we don't have the budget for that, my friend. I'm sorry. I wonder how many times she rotates. It looks like 8, right? Yeah. No, it might be 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. It's about 16. 16 points of rotation. That's why it's such a smooth rotation. But all right, so she's going into the shadow. This frame by frame stuff is really. Once we get past that. Okay, so boom, right? Boom. And there should be a shadow here. There's a light here. This is a fake light, obviously. I mean, it's not a fake light. It's probably a baked-in light. That's why it's no shadow. And what that means is that they bake in the lighting. They pre-bake the lighting, so when they render the scene, which is textures and all that stuff, and some lights, that light is now part of the actual geometry and graphics and stuff. So when she runs under the light, there is no shadow because it's not actually casting a light, if that makes sense. Now, how they made her, I guess when she goes in shadow, the whole character just dims, like the alpha. Maybe they have an alpha slider or something, and it dims. Yeah, like the highlights go away too. So that's probably what happens because she has no shadow. So if there was if she had a shadow, then I'm like, okay, the light's hitting her, and that's what's causing it. But that's not what's going on. So they're doing something else, and that's annoying to me. No shadow. No shadow. That monster doesn't have a shadow either. Oh, that was cool. She went out there neither. It's like a chicken. Ew. That was okay. Explosion. No shadow. No shadows. No shadows. No shadow. There's a lot of aliasing because it's so small. Like that size, you don't have to worry about detail. But when it gets close up, I'm pretty sure that's a super low poly model. If they zoomed in on that model, it would look like, huh? It would look like that. What was that? Little slug monster. Okay, I don't know what else is in this freaking demo. Let me fast forward because I'm like, this is tiring. Ooh, look at those graphics. That's not bad. Oh, that's a boss monster. Okay, so this is the boss. This is supposed to be the biggest thing here. Oh, wow. Okay, it wasn't a boss monster. I don't know what that was. So, like, one cool scene, and then back to caves. Caves. Yeah, man. I don't. My brain is like, how does Nintendo get away with it? And my question is, of course, how long can they get away with it? I think what's going to happen is, Bridget says, sounds like they need to hire you. No, they don't. They don't need to hire me because they know what they're doing. They're doing it on purpose. And it works for them. Because Nintendo fans will be like, gobble, 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 give me all of that. That wasn't a boss. Just a big mob. One shot and it's done. Yeah, they don't need to do anything else. And what'll happen is, there was rumors of a new Nintendo Switch anyway, Switch Pro, whatever. I think they should call it, Super Switch is the best. It's alliteration A. It harkens back to their actual history, Super Nintendo Switch. It's literally right there in front of them. Just do that. The SNS. Instead of the SNES, the SNS, Super Nintendo Switch. It's that easy. The SNES. Or the SS. Whatever, man. It's there. It's like you don't even have to. I don't know. I have a feeling they're going to mess it up. Like they did with the Wii U. Like what? Like the Wii was like, that was weird, but popular. But Wii U, no, bad idea. So just call it the Super Switch, and you're good to go. Don't call it Switch Pro, because that's like, yeah, let's just bite off of Sony, who they bit off of Apple, which they bit off of who knows. But, nah, B, I'm done. I'm done, but I'm like, yeah, nah. That was double. That was double. Let's see if this did anything. La da 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 da. Nope. Facebook sucks. All right, so the next thing is this. Xbox Game Pass. Now, Destin, he's right here on top. There he goes. Destin Legary. He works for IGN. I'm not a super fan of IGN, but I'm not offended by them. They're whatever. They're a company that makes video game content. Any company that has people that work there are going to have fanboys on both sides, on three sides, on all sides. And Destin likes Xbox mainly because of Halo, I would say. But yeah, he's pretty pro Xbox. He's on the Xbox podcast, and you know he's all right. I watch his videos on YouTube. He's pretty cool. And he started this thing on Twitter. Oh wow, Xbox Game Pass. I just noticed this over here. See it? Xbox Game Pass is trending at, like, before I started tonight, before 7 o'clock, it was at almost 6,000 tweets. Now it's almost at 8,000 tweets. So 2,000 tweets in like an hour. It keeps going. I will admit that I did contribute to that. I did put 1 or 2 tweets with the Xbox Game Pass hashtag on it. I ain't gonna lie. But I just wanted to be a follower in this instance. I was like, yo, this is too good. Let's keep it going. Let's see how far it goes. Because, like, social media can be horrible, but it also can be entertaining, yes. Informative, maybe, of course. But let's try to use this thing that is social media for fun, positivity, fun. You know, and right now this whole Xbox Game Pass trending hashtag is fun because it is in opposition of the Pegasi out there who are trying to downplay the popularity of Xbox Game Pass, the power of Xbox Game Pass, the zeitgeistness of the words Game Pass, the Netflix of gaming moniker. It's too late to try to change the narrative. The narrative is Xbox Game Pass is the best deal in gaming. Regardless if you want to sign in, if it's not for you, if it is, it doesn't matter. It has already happened. You know, by the amount of subs that they have and growing, and it's people like, yeah, is it on Game Pass? Is it on Game Pass? Oh, this is on Game Pass. It's on. Oh, cool. And then they had, after E3, that sealed the deal. That put the nails in the coffin for Sony as far as, like, you know, Twitter hashtags and all that stuff. I keep seeing on Twitter, they keep putting up I guess it's one of the trailers for Ratchet and Clank. So it's like lock, load, and get down with the Ratchet and Clank. And I'm like, and the picture is just like the PlayStation logo on a blue. It's like the beginning of the video, I guess. And I'm like, they keep promoting it. I mean, they're paying for it, I would imagine. And I'm like, y'all got nothing else I mean, video games are video games, popular games, yes. But a game like Ratchet and Clank, for instance, it is no Fortnite. It is no Roblox. It is no Minecraft. It is no Apex Legends. It is no Warzone. It is not one of those games. It is a one and done. It is a single player experience. It is gorgeous as far as the graphics and what they put into it. You know, all props to Naughty Dog. Wow. All props to Insomniac for giving us the beautiful graphics and stuff. But let's be real, it's a platformer from the 90s. That's genetically speaking, you look at the bones of that game, that's what it is. It's not a redefinition, a genre bending change in the landscape of the industry. No, it's an old ass game that they made look beautiful. So take Metroid, for instance. We just looked at Metroid for an hour. If Metroid had the same graphical fidelity as far as lighting, ray tracing, visual effects, particle effects, busyness in the atmosphere and the backgrounds as Ratchet and Clank, I would not have said a word about it today. I would have said, yo, I like what they're doing with Metroid. I'm not a fan of Metroid, but that looks good. That's what I would have said. But I came here today being like, that looks like hot garbage. That looks like a 360 game. I've seen 360 games look better than Metroid Dread. What the hell are they doing at Nintendo? And why are Nintendopes I get it. Why are the dopes falling for the banana in the tailpipe? I mean, look, I know bananas, Donkey Kong. Look, I know y'all are keen to bananas, but no, you shouldn't fall for the banana in the tailpipe, because no, y'all deserve better. Maybe if a new Nintendo Switch comes out and I see that game running on there and it's improved graphics and stuff, maybe there's ray tracing in it and stuff, then I could be like, all right, it looks good now. Then I could change my tune and be like, all right, I was wrong. Well, I wasn't wrong, but they fixed it, so it's good now. Good on them. But that's unseen. Who knows? So anyway, this whole Xbox Game Pass. So Destin, let me go to his. I'm gonna try to find the original tweet that kind of knocked this all out of. I think it was that tweet. Oops. Let me go back. No. I think it was that tweet. Well, let me check. Yeah, it was that tweet. Yeah, it was that tweet. All right, so it was this tweet right here. I wonder if he knows that with the amazing selection of games found on Game Pass, you can enjoy several quality games at your convenience, right? And he was talking about, I'm tired of people promoting Game Pass like they're getting paid from Microsoft. I don't want that crap. I just want some quality games. Talk about the games and not the damn skid dirt. Oh, let me go back. And then that was a jump off point. When he did that, Destin, I don't know if it's not in this thread, but Destin is, he, from what I've seen of him online, I will say he's a good guy, he's a nice guy, blah blah blah, right? And can be funny at times. And this was the tweet in response to that guy's tweet, right? I mean, he put that, right? And then the guy said that, and then he says, Twitter is convinced that so many of us are just paid to advertise Xbox Game Pass. That's crazy. Almost crazy as having access to hundreds of games and day one releases for only $9.99 a month. And if you're new, you could even get 3 months right now for only $1, right? He did that. And I saw that. I was like, all right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm going to like that right now. And that set off a chain reaction on Twitter. Even though that doesn't have a hashtag Game Pass on it, that was a setting off point, right? And so you go up here, Skill Up did this. He said, very surprised to learn that some people think media and YouTubers are paid to promote Game Pass. LOL. That's almost as ridiculous as Game Pass giving you access. He basically cut and paste the end of his tweet about the advertising part. So it's obviously a joke, but it's funny because of how viral it went, right? Legacy of Kain Remaster is in the works. Hey, give me that. That's what I want. I want. Depending though, it might be whack. And Yang Ye jumped in too. Look at him. I didn't even see the Yang Ye guy. I would never accept money to promote that Game Pass gives you access to 100 games day one. See, everybody's and the funny thing about this the virility of what happened with this Game Pass hashtag video Xbox Game Pass, but they actually didn't do that. They didn't put the hashtag in it. If they did, it would have been bigger than what it is now. But the funny thing is that, you know, everybody starts off with, oh man, what's going on? This is crazy. Just like at the dollar. Everybody adds their original sentence in the beginning of it, and then they copy and paste the rest of it, and that's what makes it kind of a genius move. And it's so genius because none of these people aren't getting paid, obviously. I mean, they might get swag or something for being nice, playing nice with Xbox, blah, blah, blah. That's just how the industry is. That's how the business works, right? But this is so funny to me And I'm like, where's the Sony? I'm gonna look up some Sony stuff real quick. Let's see what they're saying on that side. Destin says, I think I broke Twitter. You know what won't make you broke though? Starting your 3 months. He keeps going. And so he changed it up a little bit here with Forza Horizon Halo Infinite. I like that one before too. But that just cracked me up. I was like, all right, that's, you know what? I'll give him that one. I give him that one. Before I was just like, oh, that's Destin. He's all right. He's whatever. But what's this? The power of Xbox community. Guru Starfield look amazing and exclusive. I'm totally gonna fly over my house. Halo Infinite look insane. Oh my god, those Forza Horizon 5 graphics of all those games day and date on Game Pass, and the ponies in the I mean the Pegasus is in the middle crying. What's this? Let me hear about it's ridiculous. Keep doing it. This is 3 hours ago. Xbox me getting paid to promote Game Pass. Checking in vacation to find Xbox Game Pass is trending. Gotta love our fans who also had some fun with this photo from my trip. Oh boy. Let's see the whole photo. Wow. Wow, Greenie. Greenie's been working out. I don't know. Greenie look like he slimmed down though. Go ahead, Greenie. I will say this about Greenie. You and Pete Hines need to do the Uncle Pete and Greenie show, or Greenie and Uncle Pete show. I guess that would be Greenie and Uncle Pete show because alphabetizes. Y'all need to do that because that was good and informative. And yeah, just do like a half an hour a week. You don't have to do like an hour or whatever. Just do a half an hour a week. Or better yet, I would say you can do that, but you don't have to spill stuff about what you're working on. Talk to video game people that are in the industry that people might interesting. Give stories, devs and stuff. Because you know devs are people too. Devs are important, and I don't think a lot of I would say Pegasi don't care about the devs. They don't care about the devs. They don't care about nothing except the games, and they don't care about nobody else except for themselves. Because all I hear is that don't affect me. My PlayStation worked just fine. Oh, that don't affect me. That just affects the devs. Or, oh, that you know, I'm like, yo, this is all, we're all interconnected in this game right here that we call video games. This hobby. If it wasn't for the devs, we wouldn't have no games. If it wasn't for the companies giving the money to the devs, we wouldn't have no games. If it wasn't for the insight of the companies to approve certain things that the devs want to do, we wouldn't have good games. That being said, if it wasn't for the companies holding back and restricting devs, we would have more cross-play. Just saying. So this is you know, fans too. If the fans are dumb and making it toxic for devs and everything else, the devs ain't gonna talk to us. They're gonna be like, nah, we don't have Twitter anymore because y'all are stupid. We just gonna sit here and work on our games, release it, and not talk to y'all fools. Because you're making it difficult for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what's up. I'm like, yo, you... All right. Who did this and put the green on the 70s? The 70s don't get no green. I guess they do, huh? The 75? Really? Wait, 75 gets a green? I didn't know that. Okay, I'm wrong. Anyway. All right, so let's see. Hashtag. Let's do hashtag PS Now. How about that? Let's see what that does. You saw like Peter Snow pop up. Like, who the hell's that? What's today? The 27th? June 24th was the last. That's 3 days ago. June 24th was the last day that somebody put PS Now, a hashtag PS Now. No games in PS Now are exclusive to PlayStation. Not a single one. It's Pretzel Jones. He's a super troll. He's funny though. I give him props. Oh, here's 35. Holy cow! Here are a few games you can play by subscribing to PS Now. JVB, JVB, man. JVB. Look at all these old ass games. First of all, stream. Half of these are stream games. Stream. Nobody want to play a stream game, so take all these out. You got Bloodborne, Hollow Knight, okay. Dishonored 2, Game Pass. Player Unknown, Game Pass. Observation, Game Pass. Black Ops 3, no. Wreckfest, that might be on Game Pass, I'm not sure. Batman Arkham Asylum, well, that's PS3, so it don't matter. Frostpunk, Game Pass. Batman Arkham City's on Game Pass, so I was playing that. Loco Roco, don't care. Last of Us, they put PS4 there. Metal Gear 5 was on Game Pass. I don't think it's on there anymore. Jedi Starfighter, was that? I think that was on Game Pass. Yeah. Horizon, I got that on PS. I got it on PlayStation. I don't have a PlayStation yet, though. That's how good they are. I got the game for free, but I don't have PlayStation, so can't play it. God of War 2005, the original God of War. Nice. Alex Kidd in Miracle World. I didn't even. Hold up. This ain't real. This ain't real. I just realized this is not real. Because Alex Kidd in Miracle World does not get a 9. Sorry. These are all 9s, right? Oh, there's some 10s in there. That's not a 9. Nah, B. Nope. That's some bullshit right there. That's a lie. That's a lie. You can't tell. I'm a Sega head. Sega made me fall in love with games. Nah, B. Nope. What else you got? Let me see. Okay, it's broken. Twitter is broken. Oh, it's this one right here. I don't know. Servers. Come on, man. What's this one? No, that one works. Bioshock Infinite. The last guy got a 9. Oh, boy. Okay. Flower. Fortune. Infinite. Starhawk did not get a 9. Nope. Somebody lying. Let's look this up. I mean, how can we find out the truth here? Oh, I know. Look it up, B. Look it up. Metacritic. What was I looking at? Starhawk? I'm pretty sure Starhawk did not get a 9. I'm pretty 100% positive. Wow. That's not a 9. Okay, so the 9 comes from IGN probably. So let's do that. Let's look at IGN's. IGN score. Yep, it is IGN. So, all of these goofy ass are from IGN. I should have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The sextagon, whatever that shape is. I should have been clued on. Anyway, June 23rd, yeah, a couple of days ago. They're not doing a very good job of. Okay, let's see what this is. Just to level. Let me write something here. Well, let me see what the thread is saying. No thread. Nobody says nothing. Let me. Why don't you put up the Metacritic scores instead? Boop. Thank you. You put IGN scores. That looks a little biased, even though there are a lot of like Limbo. Like Limbo was on Xbox first, so doesn't matter. I mean, JVB is a super troll, so he'll probably win. Me against him, he'll win because I don't try hard, and I'm not good at it either. So it's all good though. Maybe I'll put up a list of the Metacritic scores because I know. I mean, it must have taken him a long time to do this, edit all this crap together. Unless somebody did it for him, or I don't know if there's a site there. But I mean, what I could do is like go through all of these one for one and go for Metacritic, and then we'll see. Oh, look at that! Look how different that looks. Just the love of the game subscription playfield here. Game Pass is a great deal, sure, but a $60 a year PS Now is half the monthly price of Game Pass and has more than double the games. Game Pass may have day and date first-party games, but PS Now has the best value. That's perceived value. And the actual value is day and date. That's the main thing about Game Pass that makes it 1,000,000,000% better than PS Now is the day and date. That's why I signed back up. Because here's my story. I think I'm going to do a video of this. I had the Game Pass 1 month. I think it was a 1 month trial. Right? I was like, let me try it. I put it on. I think it was a month or a week. I don't remember. It might have been a week. But it might have been a month. Who cares? Anyway, I put it on. I was like, oh, this is cool. Went on there. Like, every day I was kind of messing with it, seeing the different games. Like, this is cool. Go in there. Blah, blah, blah. Go browsing. Look at some games. See, play this, play that, you know. And then it ran out. It's like, oh, your subscription lapsed. I was like, oh. And when that happened, my Xbox felt like it was missing features. I was sitting there. I was like, damn, man. It's like, it's almost like my Xbox is broken. It's like something's missing here. I was missing I was missing the openness of that library and the knowledge that new stuff drops every month. And that's just not new games as far as, oh, there's a new game in Game Pass. No, new games that are coming out come out on Game Pass every month. I'm trying to think if there was a month where they didn't have a new game. I think there may have been. Yeah. But now they're doubling down on it, so it's like boom. Like, if you fear Game Pass, you will have a negative impact on gaming. Stop supporting PS Plus and PS. Makes sense, especially for PC only people. PS Now can be a great way to play PlayStation titles, even though some PlayStation games are coming to PC. That is not the case for every game, like Bloodborne. Yeah, streaming is like garbage. I mean, streaming is garbage. Streaming is like an option. It shouldn't be like one of your pillars. Streaming should be, I can if I want to. It's not the best experience, but it's possible. Spec Ops The Line via PS Now. It's funny when people have PlayStation titles as their not their name, but their moniker on the PlayStation. It's like, why you talk about promoting like people promoting Game Pass? You literally have a title of their name, a name of one of their games as your freaking moniker on freaking Twitter, and you're sitting there, why y'all better? Look at this guy. Look at JVB trying to trumpet. JVB is trying to push PS Now up there, but nah, buddy. I'm sorry. Remember, reality is perception. And the reality is right now that Game Pass is stomping PS Now. The fact of the matter is PS Now has more games. The other fact of the matter is Xbox Game Pass, better games. Ooh, yeah, I said that. Why is it better? Day and date, baby. Outriders day one. I mean, Starfield day one, baby. You $70 on your side. That's the difference. When Starfield drops, Halo Infinite, Forza Horizon 5, when Starfield drops, I was like, and I just made a mistake because Starfield is exclusive. Sorry, I didn't mean to twist that I was gonna say onion. Twist that lemon in that hole. The hole, the scar, the wound. There it is, salt in the wound. When's the next big cross? There was a lot of day one Game Passes that are actually coming on PlayStation. I mean, you can say Psychonauts 2. That's coming out on Game Pass on PlayStation as well. But that's day and date on Game Pass. So that's the thing. I mean, you're sitting here saying, oh, the library got more games. But when games come out and you got to sub to Game Pass and you got to sub to PS Now, let's say you got both and a new game comes out, are you going to actually buy the game that you have access to on something that you already paid for? That makes no sense. That's when you know you're Pegasus. That's when you know you're part of the Pegasi colony. That's when you know. Be like, yeah, I want to support the. You don't need to do that. Microsoft is supporting them. They pay them to get that stuff on Game Pass. So honestly, if you want to support the devs, get Game Pass, because all the devs that get their games on Game Pass getting paid by Microsoft, guaranteed money. That's guaranteed money. So it's like, yo, it's the safest bet. It's safe and it's healthy for the devs because they don't have to worry about making their bills or getting paid because they got paid. They don't have to worry about, oh, we need to sell this many units at $70 a unit. I hope our game sells on PlayStation, because if it doesn't sell, we asked out. That's the last game from us. Meanwhile, on Game Pass, we got paid. Hey, they having a party, got cake and pizza. They chilling because they already got paid, son. If I was a dev, okay, let me reverse it. If the team that I'm on had the opportunity to be on Game Pass, they said, yo, we want your game on Game Pass. We gonna pay you this, that, and the third. I'm gonna look at the others and I'm like, you know that's what we gonna do, right? I mean, I know we didn't have a meeting about it, but money. Money. Let's just get, and they got players too. A lot of people play money and players. It's like the perfect storm for devs and subscribers. If you look at it that way, it's like, yo, I'm a struggling dev. I make this game. I hope people play it. If you get a deal with Microsoft, if you get a deal with Xbox, and they put it on Game Pass, you're gonna have people playing it. You got almost 20 million subs already on Game Pass. There's going to be a lot of people playing your game. And if it's good, it's going to be good. And people are going to be like, yo, this is good. And it's going to jump off. You know what I mean? That's what happens. Like, Outriders is alright. It was on Game Pass. It had all these players. But it wasn't good enough to sustain that, so it fell off. You know, other stuff comes out. That's what happens. But if your game is a banger, and it's on Game Pass, that's it. That's like the jump off. That's like free advertisement. And you get paid for it too. Because it's like you got all these subs, right? And then it's like word of mouth. Some people will buy it if it's good enough. Because they look at Game Pass and like it's like you have to pay for, it's like paying for demos basically, right? If you want to look at that. Some people call it a rental service. I was like, it's like paying for demos. And you can think of it that way. If you balling like that, it's like, whatever, $15 a month, that's nothing. I'm a billionaire, right? And like, I buy all my games anyway, so I'm gonna buy it if I like it. If I don't like it, I'll just play it, and then I won't play it no more. You know? And some games I might go back and buy. You know, and sometimes some of the games are on sale anyway, plus the discount. So like, I might go back and buy Forza Horizon 3 because Australia was dope. I bought the Hot Wheels expansion, but I didn't buy the. Oh, no, that's not true. I did buy the game. Because Forza Horizon 4 was the first one to come on Game Pass, I believe. Yeah. That's the one I didn't buy. So Forza Horizon 4, will I buy that? It was okay. I mean, it was good. But I think I like Australia a little bit better only because of the environment, if that makes sense. But I like some aspects of 4, too, as well. But Mexico looks crazy hot. So... But yeah, look, I give JVB credit for trying. I mean, you got to try. And this just shows, you know, he may say on his show, I don't know if he's done his show in a while, but he may say, oh, I'm not a pony or whatever. But yeah, you're a pony right now because you doing the same thing. You trying to get that. Let's see I want to see where PlayStation Now is trending. Where's the trending? Is it the Notification Explorer? No, that's not it. Topics. What's trend? Not what's trending. Was there's a let me see something here. Nope. Nah. Yeah, I don't use Twitter on the freaking desktop that much, so I'm like, what the hell? I don't have any list. I don't think I have. No, I don't have any list. Because on the phone there is a trending topics to follow. Gaming. Wow, why is that like cut off like that? That's weird. Okay, let's go back. Nope. So I would imagine that was trending stuff, but I guess not. Dude, error is stupid. So dumb. All right, let's see where PS Now. I guess PS Now is on the trending list. So BET Awards is because that's now. It's happening exactly right now, I believe. Cardi, of course. I believe the Xbox Game Pass was at 12 when I had. Oh, it's down lower now. Because more stuff. Mean Girls. Where is it? Star Wars is 24. Where'd it go? That's it? Only 29? Oh, no. I thought it was 12. Huh. Well, PlayStation definitely ain't there. I gotta look this up again. Yeah, it was 12, but I guess that was a later thing. It's weird. Well, it's over now. It's over now. Well, I mean, BET Awards, so we're going to get all the artists and stuff up on there, so that's going to definitely, and Tariq is, Taraji? That's how you say it? I said Tariq. She's hosting, so. But anyway. But yeah. It was just crazy to see all of the Roku versus Fire Stick. Roku. I'm not voting for that. I don't care about that. My Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart score. 7 out of 9. Adorable here and there, but severely overhyped. Buggy game. My physics flags off. Many physics flags off. Could go through trees, walls, and missing vegetation interaction. Fell through cracks and couldn't get out, as well as the last boss just stood there. My price, $40. Wow. I mean, look at the graphics are good. I mean, if you like look at it, like look at the background, it's like, it's alright. And that's I don't know if there's an actual picture on there, and that's that picture. So if you dislike a person or thing, don't spend all day talking about said person or thing. Obsess over the things that bring you joy and share it to the world. I like that. Paris, Mr. Lily. I'll retweet it too, because that's a good message. Halo Infinite may split its story up into campaign passes. Yeah, that's what I thought it was supposed. Salt King is stupid. All right, so if you want to talk about, let's do this. Let's do Halo. Did I put a Y in there? I didn't put an I in there. Infinite. Halo Infinite is the thing that I understood about what they were saying about Halo Infinite is that it is, what is that? Wow. what does that? Oh, okay. That the excuse me. It's not a super open world, but it's semi open world, and so that it will have. It's a 10-year game that they're saying, so they're gonna have their first campaign bit of it, of course, whatever. Maybe it's just a full campaign, and then they'll have expansions, I would assume. So different story episodes, if you will. And so maybe they'll have a Craig episode, Craig the Brute that got away. Who knows? Or maybe there'll be a Arbiter episode where the Arbiter comes back and he's like, "Yo, what's up, Chief?" I mean, it doesn't sound like that. He's like, "Yo, what's up?" I mean, he's Keith David. I can't do Keith David. There's a lot of things they can do. They can bring back Buck. I mean, there's so many things they could do. People complaining about it. Well, I'm gonna say Salty complaining about it. He could go kick rocks because he's a pony anyway. I mean, he's a Pegasus anyway. He's a Pegasus anyway. So whatever he say don't matter. That don't matter. Let me shoot you in the school. And that's the funny thing is, like, this looks better than what they showed. I know I said that last time, but that looks better than what they showed on. And the funny thing is they added the depth of field on the slow motion shots, like right there. So it makes it look more cinematic and cooler, but it's still in-game graphics, so it's all good. Playing the campaign as any Master Chief would be a pretty cool feature. I guess. But this is Halo 4 and 5, I believe. This is Halo. So Halo 1, 2. Is that 3? Why does 2 look better than 3? And if you look at 2 versus 5, they're pretty close because that's what they're trying to go back to. But I think 5 still looks... It's chunky like 4 was. 6. I mean, Infinite. It's chunky like 4 and 5. But 4 and 5 went a little bit crazy on it. But I like the new armor. I like the new Chief. It's like it's both old school, more like 2, but also it still looks good. I like it. I give him props. Look at that, man. I look good. Look at that. Look at them graphics. Look at them graphics. I like it. It's nice. It's very very good job, Chris Mastery Productions. Chris Mash. Did I say that right? Mastery. I don't know. I like the. It's like, oh. And that's the thing. Like, I don't think they're doing. I mean, they might be doing red versus blue still. Where if you do red versus blue and you have your whatever color armor, they'll tint it like kind of red. So, I mean, I guess that's cool. Oh, dude, if they put Samuel L. Jackson as one of the, that'd be dope. They do have ties with Disney now. I mean, the possibility of Samuel L. or any of the Disney actors, if you will, to jump in. It's possible now that they got the Pirates. And I mean, I played it last night, so it's jumping off. And I heard a couple of interviews with Joe Neat and the other guy, the director of the actual Pirates Life Tall Tales. And they were like, "Yo, I can't believe this thing blew up like crazy. I mean, we knew it was cool, and we knew we wanted to do it and stuff, but man, people really like it." And I was like, "Yeah, I guess it's good." And I heard those interviews before I played it, and then I played it. I was like, "Yeah, okay, it's all right." I found this at GameStop. What is that? I never liked this. I mean, that's what is that? A 6-inch figure or something? So, yeah, it looks like 6, maybe 8. Might be 8. I'd rather get a vehicle. If anybody wants to send me stuff, I don't have a P.O. box. If anybody wants to send me stuff, let me know. I'll figure out a way to get it. But I'd rather get vehicles. I still have the Snowspeeder, Star Wars Snowspeeder. I haven't put it together. That's a model though. But even the toys, it's like I don't collect toys, so it's not a thing I do. But look at that old school Halo. This look like Metroid. Look at the geometry. I'm just playing. Combat evolves. So check it. So that's Halo 1, but that's Master Chief Collection because you can tell them textures is high res. This is, I guess this is Halo 2? I think that's Halo. I remember this stage. I think that's Halo 2. Yeah, I think that's Halo 2. That's Halo 4, 5. That's Halo 5. Yeah, that's Warzone right there. That's Warzone. I love the actual customization of the armor is pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie. It's pretty dope on Halo. And that's Halo Infinite. Look at the difference, though. I mean, I know these are squashed. They're not super high res. But, I mean, you can kind of tell. This looks good. I ain't gonna say this looks like hot garbage or anything, but it's like, yeah, okay, that's cool. But you look at this, it's like, there's some extra. Here's the thing, though. Critique real quick. If you notice, there's no depth of field. Not really, I mean, something like that. But there's no real depth of field. From here to there, no depth of field. What makes this next one really stand out is the depth of field. If this was no depth of field, everything was flat, it wouldn't look as good. So, I'm gonna be real with that. So, no cap. For her created oh, there was a dude who did Halo. Hey, legend, aloha. Hope everything's good with you. Appreciate you popping in. There was a dude who did Halo in Unreal 4. He just did it. He's like, I'm gonna do a Halo Infinite in 48 hours, and he kind of did it. But some of this stuff, sometimes I'm looking at it, I'm like, man, is this the dude? I think this is the dude. No, that's not the dude. That's not the same one. Although it does look like it. No, it's not the same one. But, yeah, this one dude did a freaking Halo in Unreal. And I was looking at it, I was like, man, Unreal got the crazy vegetation and stuff. But it was like, oh, that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope, yo. And, yeah, I was pretty impressed. But, yeah, I guess that's it. That's it. No more zippity bop. Nobody cares. Yeah, that's about it for that. Yeah, legend. The Facebook is broke, so Twitch and YouTube are the places for now. I'm probably gonna disconnect the Facebook thing and just post a replay. Post a replay on Facebook for the VOD or something. I don't know. I like Natalie Portman. She's pretty cool. Although, the prequel I don't know, man. Prequel trilogy. I don't know, man. Padme. I don't know, Padme. I don't know. You were a little old for Anakin. That's all I'm saying. Look, I ain't got nothing I can't say nothing on that. But I'm gonna say that you were a little old. Nah, I can't say that. That's not right. Older ladies here have younger dudes. But he was like 8 years old. And you're like, oh, you cute little kid. And then he did grow it up. And she's like, oh, Anakin, you all big now. Oh, shoot. Oh, you been working out? Oh. I mean, she doesn't sound like a southern black lady like that. But, I mean, you know what I'm saying. Natalie Portman. Having a beer and seeing the insanity happening on my time. Oh, boy. Redfall has been in development since Prey Moon Crash was shipped. Ooh. I like her. I totally forgot her name. I like her. I kind of like all the characters. The dudes, I don't know what it is about I guess the character designers at Arcane, Austin. But like the dudes look like, okay, he looks like a French dude, a French-Spanish dude or whatever, and he looks like a Spanish dude, and they both look kind of similar, like they could be cousins or whatever. But the females are on point. Although I like his gun and his bird and his silver sprinkly eye. But like her with her hair, on point. Like when they zoom in her face and she's doing like facial stuff, like, yep, her powers, dope. When she goes and she loads the clip up at the end and she goes like this, she telekinesizes her reload. I was like, psh. I was like, okay, I'm going to play that one right. I'm playing her with psychic elevators and whatnot and mystical umbrellas. Hell yeah, I'm playing that one. Like, she's cool too because she's a weapons expert or whatever. She got a little robot. So I'm like, yo, she got a robot though. She got a robot. It's like these other dudes. I don't even know what homeboy does. He's got a steak. He's got like a steak shotgun or something. Not like yum yum cow steaks, like a wooden steak shotgun. Not even a shotgun. It's like, I don't know what it is. It's like a repeater crossbow. It's dumb. I'm like, okay, so what's his power? Everybody got a special. Like, she's the tech specialist. She got a droid. She's got telekinesis. He's got invisibility and a supersonic magic eye. What the hell does he do? Is he just like the scientist nerd or something? Because I'm like, he's like super not OP. He's the opposite of OP. He's UP. He's super UP. She's cool because she's like bang bang and he's like bang bang. The little robot's like bang bang bang. The robot's the one who took out the vampire at the end. That's why he got the limp. And she's like, I'm going to have to take you apart again. She's like Spanish. I got to take you apart again. He's like, no. You don't have, I'm good. You know? But, homegirl right here. Homegirl with the afro. And you know what's funny? I don't know when they did this trailer. But a whole bunch of sisters that I've seen that work at my job, they done did going purple red with the hair. I'm like, dang, y'all had a party or something? Did y'all have a meeting and said, all right, June is purple red? Y'all down? It's kind of like a maroon color. Y'all down? They all got the same. I'm like, y'all must have the same hairdresser or something, and she had extra color or something. This can't be a coincidence. I don't know. Maybe there's a secret society of sisters that be like, yo, June is red, purple, maroons. Y'all know what's up. Yeah, we know what's up. Then they go and they get their hair did with the colors. I don't know. You see how my colors turning out. Yeah. Legend says, so crazy to hear you wax poetic about a video game that's not a game, but there might as well be a Netflix anime special. It is a game. It's coming out next summer. They've been working on it for like 4 years. They just didn't show us the game. So, and the thing is, I'm not waxing poetic about the game or gameplay. I'm waxing poetic about the characters. Characters are important. When you ain't got no worthwhile characters, then it's like, I don't even care. I don't care about this movie. I don't care about the show. I don't care about this game. Last of Us 2. That was one of the main problems with Last of Us 2, is that the way that they did their characters, you hate them. You be like, I hate these characters. If I like these characters, it would be a better game. But I don't like these characters. I hate you because you killed that person. I hate that person because they're dead, but they're dead, so I can't like them no more because they're dead. So I hate you again, and then I hate you because you hate her, and then I hate that one first, but then I hate you too because you just suck anyway. So I hate both of y'all. I like this one, but side character, barely in it. So it is a good story, which is video games too. Characters first, baby. Characters and then writing. And as far as I know, that's what they got here. That being said, I wanted to pop this open real quick. Not real quick, but so I was playing Perfect Dark. Let's do a video. Not that new one, the old one. 360. Oh, wow. Okay, let's look at that. So I was playing this. I was playing the 360 version, the newer, better looking version. This right version. And the original voice for Joanna Dark was a British lady in the first game. Mainly because I believe that Rare is a British company, so that's why. I don't know. They got a local actor or whatever. I don't know. I don't actually know who did the voice for the first game. Anyway, Perfect Dark Zero. Not a British lady. Something else. Some American. And I'm like, I was like, that's not good acting. Wow, the N64 is super framey. That must be emulated or something, because they didn't have that high resolution on N64. Well, I'm looking at it side to side. I'm like, wow, 360 version is way better. I'll say one thing: the faces were dope because they did they use like real people faces, but they don't move, so it's just like a static thing. Wow, I can't imagine playing that on N64. That's so rough to look at. Oof. I thought the 360 version playing on Xbox One was bad to look at, but I got stuck on this game because I'm like, yo, how do I get? I think something's bugged out on it because I couldn't get into the laboratory. Like the cutscene doesn't happen where it says, oh, and then the guy comes out and then you go in and it didn't happen. I'm like, what the hell? I can't get in. So I was like, forget it. Yeah, she's going down the stairs, right? And that's like I guess that's the first level. But anyway, I got caught in this building and I said, I'm done. I stopped playing it. So I might go back. I'm not too sure. But the whole point was that the voices, characterization. So the characterization of Joanna Dark in Perfect Dark Zero is horrible. I finished that game like last week. And I said, whoa, it was rough. It was rough. I think I got some achievos, but I was like, I think I did. But I was like, ugh. Glad I got through that. And I'm glad actually I played that first because that is a prequel to this game because it's Zero. So this is when Joanna Dark, I think she's like 18 or something in Zero. So she's young. And she becomes an agent, I guess, for Datadyne or whatever, the something institute, wherever she's in the building right now. The something it starts with a C. Cognition. No, it's not Cognition. Cognington something British Institute. And so you're supposed to grab the necklace from the lady. I did that. And then I'm like, well, how the hell am I supposed to get into that? I got the necklace. So let me in. It's just so... But like I said, the thing is that the voice, if you go back... Wait a second. That's not even in... Hold up. I didn't get that. Hold up. I missed something. I got to go back. Sorry. Oh, where was that? I went through that. Hold up. Where was that? Boom, stare. Hold up. Is that? See, they fade. I'm going off of like the first. See, that sucks. They fade into. Maybe there's a hidden wall somewhere or something. I gotta look up a playthrough or something because I want to just get to this because that's the hidden. That's where I need to go, and I couldn't figure it out, so I was like, forget it. Look, that's Peter Molyneux. Peter Molyneux right there. I think that's him. It looked like him, didn't it? That's Peter Molyneux right there. Turn around. Oop, I guess he's not gonna turn around. Man, in 60 frames is so much better. And like I said, they definitely they did that same camera trick where they zoom into the head on Zero, but it's just bad. It's just a bad game. And even in this one, like the people look better. The shooting is better in this one too. In Perfect Dark Zero, the shooting is all over the place. I'm like, why? Like if the shooting was good in these games, in Zero at least, like say if the shooting is like Halo or Call of Duty or even like Battlefield, I'd be like, all right, cool, let's go. Or Apex, any of these games, any of these first-person now games, you know, this is the standard. If they figure out how to get the shooting like that, then Perfect Dark, the new Perfect Dark coming out is gonna be fire. Because that's all this game needed was good shooting. But I will say, Perfect Dark, the original Perfect Dark, when I played it on 360, way better shooting. That game was mad glitchy. We just deleted that from our memories. Yeah. A lot of games are glitchy, and we kind of forget about that stuff, like selective memory stuff. So, yeah, I agree with that definitely. But yeah, so now I got to go back and play this because I couldn't find this. And I spent literally like almost an hour in the Datadyne, like the training facility, and I was going around. I went to the garage. I was playing with the hovercraft and stuff. I was like, the hover bike. I was like, where's the game start? And then I went back to my main computer. And then I was like, oh, I'm supposed to supposed to go here to the mission thing or the single solo missions or whatever it was. But it's funny looking at this like side to side, and the original Joanna Dark. Look at her face. Look, Look at the difference. Look at this. Look at this abomination. Oops. My bad. Look at this abomination. Ah. Oh, it's right there. There you go. Look at this abomination. And look at this one. So much better. I don't even know if that might be a real person's face that they put on, that they textured on there. But I mean, this is 2, I would imagine. But the geometry is so jacked up that it's just, it doesn't work. I've tried that with my own face. Like I took a picture of my face and I put on some geometry. I was like, oof, that's raggedy right there. Got to put some higher polys on there to make it look good. You know. I missed your comment. Hold up. Zibba zibba zip. There's a hidden door to the... I'm sorry, my bad. There's a hidden door to the left, and it doesn't always open when you walk towards it. Sometimes it glitches, and it locks you in that area. You have to reset the system, play it again. That's how the old 64 version worked. Oh. So is that at the bottom? So it's on the left, you said, right? All right, cool. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Yeah. I'm going to do that then. I'll go back and play that. Because I went around that building like 3 times. I was like, I can't. Where the hell is it? So that's cool. Thank you, Legend. I appreciate the knowledge. And I'm sorry I missed your comment. I'm just dumb. Wow, look at the differences, the textures. Look at that. Although squashed in a little bit. But this one looks sad. It's like, I'm sad. I'm a sad flying robot. This one's like, I'm going to beat you. I'm going to eat your face. Look at, I'm angry. Why is this one angry? Why is this one melancholy? It's a blue gray day. The sun is not out. It's like that. That's that new right when you go down the stairs. Oh. So you go downstairs, right? You go downstairs and there's a left and a right. And when you go to the right, I'm trying to remember what's on the right. I can't remember what's on the right. But there's 2 identical rooms. And then one has equipment and one doesn't or something. I can't remember. It's a beautiful day. That's smooth. And they redid the model too. That's not bad. I mean, that robot model. The textures. Look at the texture difference. Like, they did some work on this. I didn't realize how much work they did on this. It's pretty dope. It gives you a kind of an appreciation. Okay, so I didn't get to this part. Definitely that doesn't look too much better. I mean, the frame rate's better, but the darkness. So how long are you gonna stay in this damn Datadyne? See, that's cool though. If they redo Datadyne, like this level, not this level exactly, but I mean, because the trailer is literally her standing on the top of this building. So, oh snap! Oh, that's right. You didn't kill her. You knocked her out. Something I'd do for you, old woman. Uh-oh, she's gonna shoot you. Look out. Look at... Yo, I'm sorry. This is so... Okay, so these are real faces. You can tell. It just looks hilarious that they just put the faces on and just turned up the like the emission on it so it'll show through. And this one looks more like it's... This looks so goofy because it's like the same thing, but oh man, I mean that's like, you know, N64 was 96, right? And this is 2005, so almost 9 years later. I mean, you can see the difference. Look at the stars. Wow. And the ship, so you can see the texture is different, better. They retextured everything. I think the geometry might be exactly the same. They just retextured it. Yeah, that looks like that's what they did. But the model, I think they definitely did more work on the models. So they increased the wow. Yo, look at that face. Look at the only your face your mama could love. Look at, she's like, I'm long face, and she's like, I'm a squash. And then they're like, yo, let's just copy and paste. Let's just get Barbara from accounting down and take her picture. Don't smile, cause you're a mean assassin. She's like, okay. And then they freaking, but you know, for a low poly model, it's pretty high poly. Does that make sense? But yeah, I mean, it's like they did good work on the texture, way better textures, all that good stuff. You know, look at the buildings. Look at these buildings. Look at these raggedy ghetto buildings, only two. And look at this building, like, whoa, they got the ooh ah. But then you look at this like now, you're like, that's garbage. But just like, oh, look at that though. So it's interesting. Oh, look at that foot. Let me see. There it is. Look at that foot. Legend says, when did GoldenEye come out versus Perfect Dark? I don't think that was too far apart. It's amazing that they would have that kind of turnaround. GoldenEye came out before, I believe. We can check it real quick. Oh boy, spelling is fundamental. GoldenEye 007 video game. Came out in 97. And Perfect Dark. Well, 97. Perfect Dark video game. 90. When did it come out? That's not it. 2000. Wait, what? Oh, it came out in 2000? Oh, that's my bad. Okay. It came out in 2000. Yeah. Okay. So, was that 7 years? I mean, 7 years. 3 years. No. What did I say before? Oh my gosh. 97, right? Yeah. Yeah, so 3 years. That's about right. But look at GoldenEye though. GoldenEye's like, what? And they put his face on it too. Yeah, that's rough, man. We had whoa, look at that face. Wow. That's so crazy. They use real people's faces, but it's like, it's like a square block. But yeah, so 3 years, and then the 360 version came out 5 years after the N64 version. So, but I'm sure it didn't take them 5 years to make it. I'm sure, you know, it took them a couple. It might not have been a couple of years. Maybe, I mean, maybe like 18 months, because it's basically just a frame rate increase and texture work. I think they kept everything else as far as animation and stuff, and a few more better models. But everything else is, look, I mean, it's 1-to-1 as far as animation goes. It's all the same. Yeah, look at that. It's all the same. So it's just better. They just improved the models, and textures and lighting and stuff, and background and all that stuff. So, and more frames, but everything else is basically the same. So that's cool. But yeah, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, especially when I'm looking at the 64 version, I'm like, I could not play the 64 version. That's too framey, B. That's like, I wish this person had a frame counter so I could see it's like 2 frames a second, because I'm like, ouch. And sometimes the 360 version, it might drop a little bit, maybe, but I think that's just like I don't think it has anything. It's probably just emulation or something. But it's pretty smooth though. Like right there, it's pretty smooth. Right there, pretty smooth. I think it's mainly in cutscenes. It's a little chunky, but honestly, I think it's mainly animation stuff. It's not so much the actual game running stuff. So I don't know. But I mean, if you think about like old games, you know, this goes back to Ratchet and Clank too. But although I would say Ratchet and Clank was ahead of its time back then, so I would assume that a modern Ratchet and Clank, which just came out, obviously, would be like at the head of the pack. Because if you look back at the old Ratchet and Clank games, I'm gonna do that real quick. Ratchet and Clank. See if they're gonna pop in there. Okay, this is a good one. Did I already look at this with you guys? I don't remember if I did. 2002. That's not the original Ratchet and Clank. Is that the no? I think that's the 2002. That's a PS2. It might be. It looks too clean though. You know what I'm saying? Like the resolution. I'm not saying like the graphics or whatever. It's mind-blowing to see how far we've come. Yeah, exactly. 2003 Ratchet and Clank, that's the second going commando. So, I mean, like, these games have always looked beautiful. And animation-wise, they've always been great. So, you know, it's weird when, you know, people are like, oh, my gosh, it's so good. It's like, you got to look at where they came from. And where, you know, it's like, it's honestly a consistent evolution of what they've been doing. So, I don't know why so many people are like blown away or surprised. I mean, like, it better look like that. I'm looking at old ass games right here, and I'm like, yo, these games look pretty good. If these games had ray tracing, they would look really, really good. Super similar. I think that's what Sony should do. I think it's what PlayStation should do. It should go back and do. I'm pretty sure they have a Ratchet and Clank collection. That's actually what this might be. But let me actually go and see if there's actual Ratchet and Clank gameplay. Ratchet and Clank 1. No, original. There we go. This is. See, that was the. See, they're doing backwards compatibility. Okay, that's fine. I'll take a PS3 backwards compatible. I'll take that. Even though I think the resolution is better a little bit. I know I'm running over a little bit, past 9 o'clock, but look at this. PlayStation. So this is Ratchet and Clank on the PS3 running backwards compatibility, because it's probably the first version of the PlayStation 3 that had the emotion engine built in. So here you see that that's why I was like, that first thing that they showed us, like, this ain't right. This isn't the original, because it was full screen 16:9. I'm like, no. PS2 wasn't 16:9. You know, and I could tell by the actual resolution. I was like, no, the resolution is too high. So, but let's see here. Skip all of this. Oops. Go back here. Because I like to see like how they animated the ears and stuff and the face. See, it was all there. Look at the ears. That's pretty dope. Although the face though, eek. Oof. Eef. See? So I'm like, okay. But when you see it from the back, it's pretty cool. But the face is like, eh. But that's, you know, this is 2002. So it's like, okay, this is like last gen. 3 generations ago. 3 generations ago? Yeah, PS2. Yeah. There's Clank. And Clank should be okay because he's a robot, so you don't need to. He doesn't really change that, although he's lower polygon count. But, you know, that's expected. It's a PS2 game. What do you expect? But, yeah, if this game was, like, say if they did a remake for a PlayStation 5 collection remake and added ray tracing, only added ray tracing, these games will look amazing. It's like when you watch, they show Doom with ray tracing, like the old Doom. I was like, yo, why does this look, this is a hot garbage looking game, but dang, son, ray tracing make garbage look hot, nice. So, they should do that, man. Look, I know Sony likes money, and I'm like, that's a no-brainer. That is a no, especially for Ratchet and Clank, that's a no-brainer. Did they do ray tracing on the Spider-Man remake? I mean, the Spider-Man PS5 version? Not the Miles Morales, the regular Spider-Man. Did they do ray tracing on that? I don't actually know. I hope they did. Because if they didn't, I'd be like, what are you doing? But yeah, so. And even back then, you see, there was a pretty good amount of population as far as the flying cities and stuff. The flying, you know what I mean? See, look, there's stuff flying around in the background. Even back then in the PlayStation 2. Look, stuff hopping around. I think you probably gotta kill those things. Let's see if they have the so they have platforming, there's a lot of aliasing, but yeah, of course. But is there any like kind of parts where you're flying around the yeah, look at all the particles, man. This is a PS2 game. That's what I'm saying. People like, y'all don't realize they were doing things back in the day that were just killing it. And so I look at Ratchet and Clank now, I'm like, yes, it looks good, but this is to be expected. It's not like, yo, if it came looking like this, I'd be like, what the hell's going on? Y'all okay over there? But I'm trying to look for, like, I guess they didn't have any high action type of. See, look at that. The run is pretty similar. It's just his facial animations kind of suck. That side run is kind of oof. Does he run like that in the new game too? Well, I know the back, but like when he's kind of, I don't know. Anyway, I want to go back to the actual other comparison video. Oh man, I never did watch the original. I mean the movie that they put out a couple years ago. It's 2017, I think it was, which was based off of the game was based off of the movie. So the remake of the movie was. So that's Tools of Destruction. So right here is already looking better because the higher resolution. It's Tools of Destruction. Look at that. And that's PS4. No, PS3. That's PS3. Yeah, so I'm looking at this. I'm like, they're pretty much there. Let's go to this one. Oh, that was the Clank one. Oh, that was on PSP, right? Yeah. Quest for Booty was. Oh, yeah, they did have those sections. Okay. That's what I thought. Yeah, so I'm like, I don't know, man. It's like, I get it. It looks good, but it's almost like they're acting like they hadn't done this stuff before. It's like brand new. Nobody ever did this. They literally did this, like, 2-3 games. Like, how many games ago? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games ago. No, 6 games ago. Because Crack in Time was Crack in Time still PS3? I think that was PS3, yeah. I believe so. And then All for One was still PS3 too, right? Man. Wait, 2011 PS3. And I don't think we need to watch all of that. And then this one still PS3. Full Frontal Assault. Into the Nexus was PS3. Wait, was it? Or did that come out? No, that was late PS3, right? I don't think that came out for PS4. This was the first PS4 game right here. And you look at this, right? I'm like, this isn't too far away from what they're at now. Like, look at the particles. That's pretty close. The only difference is that the new one has ray tracing. Some ray tracing. And that's the new one. And I think it has better blur, motion blur. And, the SSD stuff, but yeah. That's pretty cool. But I give them props for, like, the evolution of it. It's kind of cool seeing it, like, from... Hold up, I just noticed something. Okay, you know what? I'm not... Wait, I gotta look at it again. Go back here. All right, let me look at it again. Let me see. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay, so here's the deal. This is what I noticed. And it's kind of I won't call it a cheat. But what about that lighting though? I don't want to call it a cheat. But it's a way to get around the not the obvious, but it's a way to get around an issue that they would have had if they would have done it differently. This is what I mean. And it has to do with the lighting. So Legend says, what about that lighting? And before that, he says, it's mind-blowing to see how far we've come. I've read that already, but I'll read it again. So if you notice where the sun's position is, it is directly overhead. Oops. And how can I say that? Well, you have to look at the shadows. First, you look at his shadow, right? his shadow on the ground. You can't see it in the stream, but it's underneath him, directly underneath him. And also the shadow off of his little leather head piece there, directly underneath, and even the shadow, the highlights and stuff on Clank, and all of his shadowing is directly underneath him. If the sun was anywhere else but high noon, like directly above it, then there would be an issue because they would have to actually use ray traced lighting, and it's true for the enemies too, all the other characters too. Look at them, right? Shadows right there, right under. Oh, you can't see it. Shadows there, and the enemy right here. The shadows. The highlight shadows directly underneath. So they did something clever. This is a clever thing that they did to avoid having to process ray traced lighting. They used. They baked. I don't know if they baked the lighting, but it's a static. It's not a ray trace light. So the light is from above, so that the shadows wouldn't change on the character. Meaning, if Ratchet were to rotate, like say if the sun was off to over this side over here, right? Sun is zooming in this way, boom, from left to right, east to west, right? That means the highlight would be on this side, and there would be more shadow on this side. Then when he turns around, it would be the opposite, and that's a whole bunch of calculation, and it's a whole bunch more effort for the console to do. This way, they can pre-bake the characters, they can pre-bake the lighting. They don't have to worry about that, so it'll run better. And I didn't notice that, but I did notice it now, obviously. And then he goes into the there's shadows and stuff that he goes around, so that's cool. And let me say this. I'm not saying that it was. I said it was pre-baked. It's not pre-baked, but it might not be ray tracing as we know it. I think it might be some global illumination, but probably SSGI, screen space global illumination. Legend says, what if there's multiple signs, and what if that's not stationary? He is in a different universe, in a different galaxy, in a different time. What if there's different signs, and what if they're not stationary, and he is in a different universe, in a different galaxy? Oh, suns. Sorry. Well, if there's multiple suns, then there's multiple light sources. So that's even worse. Having multiple suns is worse because then you have to calculate 2 light sources, which doubles everything. Doubles doubles the bounces, doubles the highlights. It's not good. So having one is the best. And just by the scenery, looking at where all the shadows fall, like here, if there was 2 suns, voice to text difference. It's all good. It's all good. I got it eventually. I appreciate it though. But like if there were multiple suns, i.e. multiple light sources, then this right here would have 2 different shadows, like a shadow coming from one sun, and then if there's a sun on this side, then there would be another shadow coming this way. Maybe not as harsh, but there would definitely be another shadow and another highlight. And it's when you're talking about different multiple light sources, as far as ray tracing, yeah, that's bad. I mean, it's not bad. It's just it super complicates the rendering and stuff. I don't want to say complicated. It just makes it more difficult to render it. Keep going back though. Oh, he just goes to this. But you see, like, if you notice, like, when he went through the... Let me go back a little bit more here. Right? Go back a little bit more here. There you go. Nope. Go back a little bit more. Oh, he was... Okay. Duh. All right, so... Oh, he did... This guy messed up the... whatchamacallit. So, okay. So, he's here. But, you see how the light is kind of messing with him. So, that's better. Boom, light changes because he goes into a different world. But the light is kind of the same right there, too. Boom, it changes there. Then it changes back again. Boom. Right? Boom. And then it goes. So, I guess the default light is always above him. But I know there's other scenes where he's, whatchamacallit. there's different like light, just lighting schemes, if you will. The full walkthrough, no comment. Well, we could. I don't want to do the full, but I just want to see some of the 5 hours. This dude played this in 5 hours. Wait, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart gameplay walkthrough full game. 6 hours. So I'm trying to say, like this first shot, going back a little bit. I'm not sure if there's ray tracing. I don't think there's ray tracing in this shot here. It doesn't look like it. This one, I'm not sure. Maybe. It's hard to tell. And the thing about like ray tracing, you could just say ray tracing as a blanket statement, right? But there are different levels. I'm sorry. Let me read your comments. There's 2 different light sources in your room. Yeah. Oh no, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus the monitors. I don't know if they count. I have 5 different light sources. Anyway, I actually have a giant TV over here. I pulled off the LCD screen on it because it was broke anyway. Somebody kicked it or whatever. I was like, it's a curved Samsung, and the TV works, but the screen is cracked, so I just use the light. Anyway, what if there's a glowing camera above his head, throwing him wherever he goes, but you don't see it? Oh no, that's what they do. They have lights that, yeah, that's how they do that. It's the same with Horizon Forbidden West. They call it the hero cameras, the hero lights. I'm sorry, and they basically have a key light, and then they have like a ring light or a halo light or whatever I call it, the light that like lights the back outline of the hair and stuff. Which is like television lighting or Hollywood lighting, and that's all the time lighting, all the time when you're playing the game, all the time. It doesn't matter what, all the time it's there. So that's the same thing that they do here as well. So yeah, that's what it makes sense to me anyway. Yeah, if you wanted to bitch about the game, you didn't have to go as far as the lighting. A buddy of mine bought it and I didn't, and he beat it in one day. Oh, word, damn. No. I'm not bitching about it. I'm just looking to see what they're doing. I mean, it's mainly curiosity because I'm working in Blender, and ray tracing is hard for my computer to do. It can do it. It just takes a really long time to render. It's super intensive. So what I'm saying about as far as ray tracing goes, like a lot of the times, you can say ray tracing, and that doesn't mean light and GI and reflections and and shadows. It could just mean reflections, like in Spider-Man, when they redid it. It was mainly reflections ray tracing reflections. As far as light and stuff, I'm not sure. I don't know if they did that. So I would have to, they would have to kind of do a vid doc or something on that. But this one looks like shadows is right. But there's some telltale signs, like when, for instance, right here, like this light is hitting, and it's blooming this stuff out too, but it should be like this light should be bouncing off of a lot of stuff, like bouncing off of this wall and kind of hitting back over here, just barely. And that's the like the telltale sign of ray tracing, is that you'll see the bounce lighting, and everything looks and feels it does feel more realistic. It grounds a lot of things. And that's where like ray trace shadows are good, because they connect the character to the geometry better. I mean, that right there looks ray traced, but it could be just perfectly placed lighting, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there is anything wrong with that. I'm just wondering like what techniques they used when, I mean, one thing I'll say about Insomniac's games is that the animation is always perfect. They are so good with the animation. It's ridiculous. And their texture work has gotten ridiculous. I mean, look at this texture. The fur is furry. The metal's metally. His scale is scaly. it's cool. They got that on lock. But I would give them, I mean, I give them credit for that because, you know, it looks dope. But also, I think that art style that this game is, I'm not saying, oh, it's this game. No, it's the art style overall in the whole series, is that it's cartoony / Pixar, if you will. So it's not uber realistic. It's definitely stylized in that way, but they've gone like all the way to the point where it's like, yo, this looks good, you know. So, you know, and you know, we just saw the first game, and look at that. That's like 1,000 million times better. So it's not even like, you can't downplay like the evolution and the progress that they've made on their tech and on their artistry. So boom, they definitely get all the props for that stuff. Yep. I saw somebody, it'll be the last thing, and I'll bounce. But I saw somebody talking about the if you look at the crowds in the stands below these guys, they like kind of generate in like as you get closer. So it's like, oh, they couldn't have all the people in the crowds when he's like kind of going down. And I was like, really? That's okay, sure. That's like the only thing that's wrong with this game is that. I mean, there's some bugs, but like if you look at the background right there, like look at it, like it's kind of sparse, right there, and then as he gets closer, it like populate. They kind of pop in. So like, just keep your eyes on the crowd and the blue bleachers in the back. You'll see them pop in. And I was like, really? That's what's up? You guys are talking about that? And it's not these guys. It's the guys across. They already started popping in already. They fade in. Did they fade in or did they just pop in? Yeah, there you go. You saw the fade. So, you know, and they're like definitely half speed. They might be quarter speed actually. They might be moving at 15 frames a second. Those guys in the back right there. Yeah, they're definitely like 30. They're either 30 or 15. It might be 30 though, because 15 would look like a slideshow in a 60 frame game. Well, if this is, wait, is this 60 or is this 30? I don't. Oh, this is 60. That's right. So it's probably 30, because usually when they do half speed, it looks a little jank. I mean, it doesn't look jank. It just looks like But yeah. But I mean, I like looking at this stuff because I'm in that situation where I'm like, oh, that was good physics. I'm in a situation where it's like, oh, I have to build stuff like this, and like how do they handle certain things? Like how do they handle lighting in this scenario? How do they handle texture work when it comes to his character, or how do they handle cloth physics when it comes to, you know, not his tail, but you know, his gloves or something? Does his gloves have any type of cloth physics to the ends of it, or is it just a static thing? I mean, I hadn't noticed them like moving or anything, so it's just like stiff static, and which is cool. But I mean, his pants have a little bit, but not really, because this is a cartoony game in the sense that it has squash and stretch. So when he jumps, there's a stretch quality to accentuate the movement, which is cool, which makes it feel less stiff, you know, and it lends well to the art style too. So it's like, it makes sense, you know. So yeah, I mean, these guys get all the kudos and all the credits. Here's the one thing though, I hope that they're getting paid well by Sony, because I know they got bought for like pennies on the dollar. When you look at everybody else who's getting bought right now, they got bought, right? And then everybody else started getting bought by Microsoft and all these other companies, and everybody else is getting paid. They get paid. And they got, what was it, 300 million maybe they got bought by Sony. I'm like, I mean, that's not, you know, Bethesda, I mean, granted, Bethesda had publishing and all these, you know, 8 studios, so yeah, it's more, but there was another company that just was part of Warner Brothers that got bought by, I forgot who bought them, but they bought them for 1 point something billion. And I'm like, that's one developer, one studio that makes one game, a mobile game. And I'm like, but that's a whole different, that's not about the game. That's about getting that info. That's what that's all about. So, you know, it's a whole different thing. But like, you know, I'm looking at this. I like the extra particle effects. They let's say, I was going to say they doubled them, but I mean, I can't really tell. But, you know, the 2016 game, had a good amount, but this definitely has more. I mean, you look at it, it's like just extra. They got the confetti flying around sometimes and stuff. And that's what I'm saying. I'm going back to the Metroid Dread stuff. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at Ratchet and Clank. And I'm like, yo, this is how you do it. And I look at Metroid Dread that's not even out yet. And I'm like, what is this? Y'all forget to turn on the switch that said put the special effects in? Because there's barely a spark in this thing. You know what I'm saying? Barely anything. No motion blur. Well, it's a side scroller, so motion blur, whatever. But nah, that's why I'm like, how does Nintendo get away with it? How does everybody give a pass to Nintendo when Sony is killing it with Ratchet and Clank? And I'm like, yo, why doesn't Metroid Dread look like this right now? You know what I'm saying? It's side scroller. You could put extra blink blanks and clippy sclaps in there, but they don't. I'm like, why? Oh yeah, I forgot. Nintendo Switch is hot garbage and it can't run nothing. So, whatever, man. They could keep capping for the Switch, but that thing is done. It may be successful, sell all this stuff, but look, that's for little kids to play little games. If you want to make a serious game with serious graphics, you need something better. That's all I'm saying. Because Ratchet and Clank raised the bar. And Ratchet and Clank is an old game with beautiful graphics. I mean, it's not an old game technically, but its genre is old. Just like Metroid. Although Metroid precedes this, obviously, but still, they could do it. Ori and the Blind Forest did it. They took the Metroid formula and they made one of the most beautiful games the year it came out. Should have been Game of the Year, but I forgot what else won that year. So, yeah, man, nah. Nintendo gets no. That's why I don't. Last thing I got from Nintendo was a 3DS XL, and that was for the Sega 3D collection or whatever, for some old Sega arcade games. I ain't buying no Nintendo games. They don't. The graphics whore in me refuses to buy Nintendo games because I'm like, I don't like. There are so many games, so many indie games, whether it's on PC, PlayStation, Xbox. I don't need a Switch. I don't want to get a Switch for Mario. I don't want to get a Switch for Mario. Why? I could just watch it and like, yeah, that's pretty. I don't want to play that though. It's like, oh, that's cool. I don't want. You know what I want to do? I want to watch the Super Mario Brothers movie, the CG movie that they're coming out with. I'll watch that. That's my commitment to involvement as far as Nintendo goes. Because I'm like, your games, I mean, they're good. But there's so many games out there that it's like, yo, better games. I'm just saying, better games. How they get a pass, I don't know who they paid, how Nintendo gets the Nintendo pass. I think Sony stole some of that because they getting the pass too. Sometimes. I mean, that's a lot of media bias too, but they get passes sometimes. But they also put out stuff like this. So you can't say like, oh, all their stuff is hard. Like, no. They making good stuff. So, you know, that doesn't mean they get a pass for everything. But hey, they putting out some hot fire, so you gotta, hey, they put in the work, they do the thug thizzle. Nintendo's like, when Ubisoft makes a game that could have been made by Nintendo, and that's another thing. A lot of Nintendo games are not made by Nintendo. They don't license them out, but they hire third-party companies to make whatever games. So it's not all in-house Nintendo studios making their games. You know, that's another thing that you have to consider. Not as far as quality, but as far as, yeah, that's what Nintendo is. But yeah, some people are Nintendo heads or Nintendopes because they grew up on Nintendo. I did too. My cousin had a NES. My brother had an NES. I had a Sega Master System and a Genesis. And I played Super Mario Brothers. I think I beat Bowser. I played 2. 2 was my favorite. The music is dope, and I like pulling up the radishes and the turnips and stuff, and throwing people and throwing stuff, picking up Mario, throwing him across the thing. It's co-op. It's cool. It's cool. It's floating with Peach like woo. Luigi had the high jump like meow. It's good. Mario picked up stuff real quick. It's good. Oh no, was that Toad? Toad was the picker up front. Mario was just balanced. He was like in the middle. But yeah, I don't know, man. But like right here, right? Look at this texture work, man. That's good. That's good as texture work. And remember when I was talking about the model? I was talking about the model in Metroid Dread, where you can see all of the polygons and the model and the texture. The texture map was screwed up because the perspective on one of the parts was jacked up because it wasn't geometry; it was an actual texture. And I was like, that's so dumb. It looks. And I look at this, and this is perfect. It's like there's actually ray tracing on the buttons on his head. You get the fur shader. You get the I found the first polygon on Ratchet. It's right here. You see it right here? Boop. That's the first and only. Well, maybe one there, but no, right here. Boom. It's one freaking polygon right there. Everything else is smooth. Okay, that's a lie. There's one here too. I see one here too. But dude, 2 out of a bazillion is nothing compared to all the things that I saw on freaking Metroid. I'm like, man, like I said, Metroid Dread looks like a 360 game, and this is next gen. That's it. That's it, and that's all. So, okay, we don't need to watch freaking. And I know how far are you in Legend on Ratchet and Clank? I'm wondering. Because if this is like, let's just say 6 hours, 5.5 to 6 hours to say that. Well, if this I don't know how fast this person went. So if they knew what they were doing, then it maybe 6 hours, because it's like 11 minutes shy of the 6 hour mark. So let's just round it up to 6. But like, you know, if you notice like the camera movements, there's very good motion blur on the movements side to side and stuff. So that makes it look automatically better right there, right? The motion blur on the camera, and also the depth of field. Even it's not actually, yeah, there is some depth of field, but it's not. It's pretty wide when it's, I guess, here, because it's a little arena you got to fight. But everything outside of the arena is blurred out, basically, depth of field. So yeah, they used all the tools correctly, basically. So there's no hate from me on this stuff. Yeah, because I don't want to get too far and then like spoil some stuff for you. So I'll end it pretty soon. But yeah, that's a short ass game. 5 hours, 6 hours. Come on, son. That's not even right. This game is $70, right? Come on, son. You know what happened? Sean Layden was right. He said we can't sustain these 20-hour games, so we got to make shorter experiences and stuff. He was right, and that's what they're doing. But they increased the prices. They said, yeah, he's right, but $70 now, hey, and everybody's paying for it because it's new gen. I'm like, golly. I like the bullet casings, I ain't gonna lie. Oh man, I wanted to see if they disappeared or not. That will happen. So if you pay attention, a lot of these games do it to save on resources. Like boom, 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 all the stuff falls down, but then it like melts and disappears and stuff. So like if he turned around, all that stuff's probably gone now. Oop, I lied. Oh yeah, it is gone. See, told you. I told you. Yeah, so that's how they do it. The thing is that good games will wait until you turn around until they purge all the little stuff. Bad games, Horizon Forbidden West, does it right in front of your face. So when the elephant broke through like the wall and she was gliding down and all the rubble came down, it like melted into the sand. I'm like, come on, son, you could have left it on there for a little bit. You know what I mean? You could have left it on there until it like reached a certain spot further away from the camera. But it was like right in front of the camera. I'm like, come on, man. Come on, man. Y'all look good at this. Y'all know y'all could have done that better. So wait, who's this character? Is that Glitch, right? Prentice. I did not make a good partner. Did they say their name already? Oh, I totally didn't look at the. Talk again. Let me see. Apprentice. Oh. I think it's a Glitch, right? Was it Glitch or was it because it was Ratchet and Clank and Rivet and I don't know, whatever. So what does this apprentice's power do? You know, right? Well, it doesn't matter. But anyway, that's pretty cool though. The rocket boots, hover rocket boots, pretty dope. Anyway, I'm done. I need to eat snacks and veg out some more and go and play some video games. I'm probably gonna be on Blender tomorrow. I think I need to do some more Blender streams. And yeah, that's it. I got nothing else. I got nothing else. Ah! Ah! That's what happens when you break it. What you saw there was focus. What you saw there was my wall. Yeah. I appreciate you hanging out, Legend, Bridget, Kaijuro, all you people. I will see you maybe tomorrow, definitely next week. Took the wait.